last time, I'm gonna tell you to get your ass off my lawn. Do it, or I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna find you. I'll hunt you down in the street and kill you, punk. Off! Get off! That's a brilliant song, by the way.
Who's that voice actor guy to do that?
It's good looking, though.
Obviously talented. Voice like butter.
Radio Underground, episode 193. How the hell have you guys been doing? It's been 2 weeks we've been off. I had a week off work. Did absolutely nothing, and it was everything I'd hoped it could be.
Sounds great.
Laid around. I was sick for about 3 days, recovered quickly because sleeping 12. That whole rest thing, I guess it's a real thing.
I've heard it helps.
I thought it was a giant Jew conspiracy when they tell you to.
You just said it. You didn't even. There was no
total. Yeah.
You just went right into it.
Rest is a Zionist conspiracy. All right, I'm stopping.
Well, I mean, you know, we're not going to go there.
All right. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that conflict.
You just.
I said I wasn't going to do it, and immediately
the sixth word you said.
My opening joke. All right. Enough of that. Anyway, how you guys doing?
Good.
Doing great.
You know, so did you guys happen to catch? Well, I know you happened to catch it. You're sitting right here. Asmund Gold's house.
Yeah. I've only barely heard of that guy a few times, and
I watched him.
That's the most I've ever seen of him. I know who he is, obviously. But,
yeah.
That's a house of skank there.
Yeah. So he's basically a hoarder, but he's not quite like level 10 hoarder, like the show hoarder.
Yeah.
No.
But he's like a level 6 or 7.
He's not like the accumulator of garbage of stuff. He just refuses, like, everything he eats, he leaves laying around.
He said
gross.
that the brownies in his oven were from last Valentine's Day.
Yeah, he's fucking gross, is what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
More than like I mean, he clearly had a lot of shit, but his house wasn't packed with shit. But yeah, he just doesn't. He's just gross.
But
like
overall, like you guys said, it's like he's not doing maybe some of the stuff he should be doing at the house, but life-wise, he's living his life. He's doing it right. It looks like there's no stress in his life.
He has more blankets than anyone I've ever seen.
It's a lot. You haven't been to my house, man.
You got a lot of blankets.
I don't know how the fuck we have so many fucking blankets.
I have some stains in my house and grossness, but I'm like an entry level. If he's got like diabetes, I'm like pre-diabetic.
Yeah,
right.
Like it's starting.
Mm-hmm.
But I was telling you guys that I can kind of relate to Asmund because I was like, that's what I would be like if I just did what I wanted.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't clean up at all, that's what if I did exactly what I wanted, my house would look pretty similar.
Uh-huh.
Right.
But I forced myself to clean.
I'm pretty sure that, like, any of us, if we were just like decided that we were just gonna do whatever we wanted and not had anybody else around to worry about,
Yeah,
I think a lot of us would go in that direction.
Yeah.
I'm just like him with
Maybe not to that degree, but
20 less IQ points
yeah,
or whatever. But I see a lot of myself in him, and I'm way fatter than him.
Yeah.
He's thin, but I can see myself being him.
I would say based on what we saw him cook that he definitely has cholesterol issues.
Yeah, it's just steak and butter
And potatoes with no butter for some reason. He doesn't want any of the butter on those potatoes.
yeah,
at all.
You just put pepper and salt.
He just stabbed it a few times and threw it in the microwave and then literally put dry shit on top of his dry ass potato.
Yeah,
it just sounds horrible.
Like his podcast partners are over, and the one cute chick goes to get a filler cup with water in the fridge. She goes, "Oh, where?" She goes, "No, don't use that."
Oh,
it's like, "Oh, you don't want to use that."
Yeah.
Then once she went to grab paper towel, he's like, "What are you doing with that?"
Yeah, don't clean nothing.
What are you trying to clean?
Yeah, that's funny.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy?
I don't know. It's like Tesco or
Oh no, I did look it up. Tectone.
Tectone.
Yeah. That's right.
He's like 6'8" or something. He's a big giant looking guy.
Tesco's a store over in England.
Oh yeah, that's goes Joseph.
Joseph goes to Tesco.
That guy's Tectone.
Yes.
My friend Joseph, I would not call that a fun fact that you're on the road to diabetes.
No, that's not.
You're like 14, dude.
You're very young, my man.
Stop it now.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes.
I'm not diabetic, but still.
Yes.
That's the only thing I'm not is diabetic.
You don't want the Lord to take you one piece at a time.
No.
You know, the foot and then the fucking lower leg and then
We've had family members that had to go through that, and you don't want to do that, man.
No. That's exactly it.
Against all odds, I'm not diabetic.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how. My sugar's always good.
Yeah.
Well,
I got good cholesterol and good sugar. It's just the blood pressure.
let's
Cholesterol's a story.
let's go with you have a doctor visit story.
So
Oh, yeah.
long have I rubbed it in my younger brother's face because he's younger and in better shape than me. He's
built.
He's on cholesterol meds. I wasn't.
Go blue.
I said the word wasn't there. I don't know if you noticed that. So I go for my yearly. It's usually around my birthday. And I went this year. It was an interesting day too because I walked in there and they're affiliated with the company I work for. Yep. And all of a sudden I walk in and they're all like whispering and I'm like, oh, I just walked in. They're probably whispering about me, because I'm just automatically like, Brian's here.
Yeah.
They weren't. They were whispering because my company and another larger hospital corporation merged on Wednesday. They announced it as I was walking in the door. So as soon as they were whispering it, and then I guess my phone started blowing up as I sat in the waiting room. I'm like, something's going on. And I found out. Anyways, I'd long been fighting the cholesterol meds. I was like, you know what? I'll just change my diet.
Yeah.
I won't eat as much. And I don't. I am not lying when I say this. Every day I eat the most boring shit you could eat. In the morning, I eat oats, overnight oats, where you just soak it in the milk and stuff, and you put a little bit of fruit in it, and you eat it. I eat it in the morning. At lunch, I eat a packet of tuna. At dinner, I probably overdo it. But those first two meals, I don't do shit. I don't put creamer in my coffee. I make a shake. And
you haven't eaten sugar in like 5 years or something.
I don't add sugar to anything. If it's sugar, it's sugar from the fruit. It's natural sugars. I don't add sugar to anything. I don't put creamer in my coffee. The shake I make has extra fruit and vegetables, not the raw stuff, but like the powders, the greens.
Yeah, the
the super greens, and the protein powder I use is like really low calorie. It's collagen based. It's not whey. Okay. And then the dinner, and I walk in after I did my blood work the week before, and I knew my cholesterol was high. And the doc's like, "Well, first thing he said, he's like, you're gonna have to bite the bullet. You're gonna have to start taking cholesterol pill." I'm like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, it's just up way too much." I'm like, "Yeah, but doesn't it seem weird, dude? It's like an anomaly. Everything else stayed the same, but my overall cholesterol shot up. Why would that be?" And I told him everything. He's like, "It's just genetics, man."
I don't buy that, but okay.
So, I mean, how many family members have?
I
high
think it's
cholesterol?
vegetables.
You think it's vegetables?
And
I mean,
pasta.
we have
It's vegetables, pasta, rice, and fruit.
we have had two uncles. We only have one now, high cholesterol. A dad with high cholesterol. Our younger brother has high cholesterol now. I'm pretty sure it's genetic.
Yeah, I know. I just don't think it's as big of a problem as they make it out to be.
No, high cholesterol?
Yeah, dude. They're finding all these different studies that it isn't. They say that it caused heart disease. Now they're totally saying it's not.
It doesn't cause heart disease. It causes plaque in your arteries that goes to your heart and causes heart attacks.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, that's science.
I don't know.
Yeah, my cholesterol for some reason is fine. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's weird.
Probably
Like mine was barely. Mine was like kind of towards the high.
Yep.
And then they were like, "Yeah, but we think because you may have possibly a 5% chance of having a heart problem in the next 10 years, that you should go on a statin." And I'm like, no,
No, not for a 5% chance.
yeah, no, fuck you.
My overall cholesterol was 301.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
It
That's
doesn't.
That's why it's so weird. How did my cholesterol go up 80 points after changing my entire diet?
Mine's 192.
Mine was 218 or something last year. And
Wow,
all of a
that's
sudden
a lot.
I'm like, Doc, that doesn't make any sense. Are you sure we don't want to redo the blood thing? He's like, nope, it's time. I'm like, but it went up so much.
Yeah, that's like 80 points in a year.
It went down.
Your body, maybe you're having a metabolic issue.
From 2021 to 2022, it went down 20 points. And then 2022 to 2023, it shot up. After I changed my diet.
But the whole
After you ate for the better.
Yeah.
the whole thing with like Craig being on him, you know, and then him, you know, being in
Craig's diet's horrible.
but him being healthy or like as far as working out and all that stuff, that don't really matter because my buddy Frank has had high cholesterol all his life.
Yeah.
The dude's like 145 pounds soaking wet. He used to swim every like 3 days a week, played hockey. He's perfectly healthy. He's just got high cholesterol.
Well, some people are just that way.
He just has it. His dad has it. His, you know. Yeah.
See, Craig's through a
I just
combination.
like to fuck with people.
Yours 280. Yeah.
Craig, like he said, he doubled down on the greens and the vegetables and stuff, and he continues to work out.
Yeah.
He doesn't take his meds every day. He takes them every couple of days. That's the thing that got me. I'm sorry. That was the other thing that got me.
Mine is always in the 190s at fucking 285 pounds.
Craig puts
eating whatever I want.
He put Craig on the lowest possible dose. This is the first year I shot up, and he was like, "Nope, you got to go on the biggest dose possible." I'm like, "Can't we start with the smallest dose?"
Yeah, see how it affects your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and you don't have to do that. You can tell
I'm
him,
not.
no, I want the lowest dose.
I haven't started taking it yet.
Yeah. Just like when they wanted to put me on it, I said, I'm not going on that.
Actually, it's not technically not the highest dose.
But what sucks is they put it in my thing that they recommended it.
Oh.
And that's why I stopped going to that doctor.
Well, they didn't put me on the highest dose because the highest dose would be this pill times 2. He put me on it once a day. But here's the thing. The thing I
see. So he didn't want you on that twice a day.
He only wanted me on it once a day. So he said it's the highest milligrammage you can get, but I'm not putting you on the highest dose because there's a lot of people that go on 2 pills a day. You're only going to do 1. So the highest single pill you can get, like
once a day.
But that's the thing. He's like, so I'm going to put you on it, and then he started writing on a sticky note, and he's like, this, like a couple different things. He's like, this is the stuff you're going to take to counteract the side effects of the pill. I'm like, what?
No, man.
Well,
come on.
Well, that's why they wanted to put me on a water pill because my feet swell up.
Yeah.
And my other doctor said, look, feet swelling up. If you being nearly 300 pounds and a truck driver, it's just gravity because he's checking they check my heart and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not because if it's swelling up because of your heart, well then when they give you that heart scan, it shows, oh, you got congestive heart failure. You're fucked.
Yeah,
that's not what's going on with me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
but
a lot of your job is sitting down a lot.
Yeah, and I'm just if I lost fucking 80 pounds, it would go away.
Yeah.
But she tried to put me on this water pill, and I looked at this. I said, okay, we'll just get the water out of there. I looked at and this was the middle of summer. It says, avoid the sun.
Yeah.
I said, so I can't go out in the sun if I take this. I said, I'm not taking it. No. I'm in a cab of a truck,
right,
getting melted all day.
Right.
I go, what do you want my skin to fucking just shave off me?
I know you guys aren't
I'm
always
look like freaking King Baldwin.
I know you guys aren't always big on the holistic things.
Yeah,
I am.
You are now. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You can take dandelion root.
Yeah.
Just a pill. It says dandelion root, and it's a natural diuretic. It'll get rid of the extra water.
Well,
it works.
Well, then another time I told you guys. Remember back when I had COVID?
Oh yeah.
I thought the COVID was killing me.
Yep.
And because I was like, I'm not really having trouble breathing, but I'm super dizzy. And I thought it was COVID. I'm like, I better see. And I checked my blood pressure, and it was like 98 over 62. I took the double dose of what she suggested I take my blood pressure.
Yeah.
And it was that. Like
yes, your blood pressure is too low.
Yeah, they made my blood pressure too low.
Yeah.
I'm still on a minimum dose. I've completely squandered decent genetics by being a fat ass. I just ruined it.
Mm-hmm. You did.
I should have just started taking care of myself years ago.
It's never too late, Michael.
Yeah, it's like
it's never too late.
So.
Yeah. No. I didn't like that.
Well, just the main thing is you got to be careful because they will put you on too many things.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll feel like shit.
Yeah.
And then you got to like, I don't feel well.
Well, like with me, the big thing was I was like, well, look, I'm getting ready to start chemo. I'm not doing that right now.
Yes, well,
And what pissed me off was that fucking, first of all, it
chemo's
was
a different
the
animal.
guy who did, the doctor, he's a intern, or resident. But anyway, he was going to be a heart doctor, but he was working under a doctor. And then the doctor who he was working under was the one that had put it in the system that, not that I refused, just that, we recommended it, that he be on this, this statin. And I'm like, I told him flat out, I go, look, I just got done with the surgery. Give me next year I'll do this again, and then we'll discuss it. I'm getting ready to do chemo. I'm not going on any other pills. I'm on the blood pressure meds because I have to be. My blood pressure is out of control. So.
Yeah, but I think a lot of times your blood pressure is out of control. It's a stressful situation. Your blood pressure is going to be.
I've had blood pressure issues for like years.
That's one thing I don't have is my blood pressure is always pretty much normal.
Yeah, like they
it was really high this time. It was 130 over 90 something. So
it was
not that bad.
That's not bad. No, that's what I'm saying. That was high for me though.
It was definitely like 12, 13 years ago when I started getting the blood pressure. When it'd get checked, they'd be like, whoa. I'd be like, I'm probably just nervous. And I'd lay there for a few minutes and then it would go down some.
Yeah.
So they would just be like, okay, cool.
The whole point of cholesterol med dosage is your activity level and weight. Get the heart pumping and you can lower the dosage. Magnesium, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, magnesium and CoQ10 counteract myalgias that 50% of people get. I get it bad. From the cholesterol. It hurts bad. Luckily, our doctor doesn't like prescribing unnecessary. You're right. Usually, he doesn't prescribe much of anything. That's why I was shocked that he immediately wanted me to go to the 40 milligram pill. Why not let me try the 20, see how it works, and then in 6 months when I have to go back, because I have to go back every 6 months now, we can look at it again.
But the thing you people do have to take into account,
that whole exercise thing is it's fake anyways.
But the when you get put on something, and my dad, because I didn't want to take my blood pressure pill the first time years ago.
Yeah, right. Me neither.
He's like, you're gonna have to take it. He goes, because I said I don't like it. Makes me feel weird. He says, you're going to feel weird for a couple weeks till your body acts. He goes, and he goes, and you're going to be tempted to come off of it or not take it because you want to go feel better again.
Yeah.
He said, but really, if you don't take it, you're going to stroke out. I'm like, all right, fine. I just started taking it.
That's the only reason I didn't start taking that other reason because I wasn't sure about the dosage. But the other reason I didn't take it is because they're like, you could have side effects. Most people do have some kind of side effect from it, blah, blah, blah. Also, you take it before bed. I'm like, so you want me to take it before bed, and if I have any kind of reactions to it, I'm going to have to wake up from having this reaction.
You wake up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's no way I'm taking it because I wasn't going to take it last night because I knew I was going to crash out early, and I didn't want to take it. I was going to take it tonight after I got home from this. Start it, see what happens. But I wanted to do it when I, things. I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah. I guess we don't need to talk about Michigan. They're winning so easily. There's no point.
Yeah, well, they should be winning by more. But,
Well, the blood pressure thing, I refuse to take them way back. And
how do we not have 56 points already?
Then they put me on the lisinopril. But I needed that second one because I still couldn't get that bottom number down. When they gave that to me, like the second day that I took it, I was like, I felt really, really sick and I vomited. And I'm like, fuck this, I ain't taking that one. So I basically stopped taking them. And I was just taking the one, and I was going to the doctors all the time, because I was going through treatments and stuff, and they're like, your blood pressure is not regulating. We're going to have to change, your meds and stuff. And I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. I totally wasn't taking the other one. They're like, you got to take it. So I'm like, it made me feel sick. They're like, okay, but you'll feel okay after a few days. And so I took it the next time, and it didn't bother me. So then I just started taking it, and then my blood pressure started getting better. But, I don't know. It's not.
Dude, I've been in there. I've been in the doctor's office, and because I hate being there. If I'm anxious, I'll tell them, like, the first time you take it, it's going to be really high. Don't freak out. I've had them take it and not take me at my word, and then they're sprinting out of there and they're coming back in with an EKG machine.
Yeah.
They're like, sit down, lay still. I'm like, dude, I hate being here. I hate being like free. Like it's like a claustrophobia more than I hate like having to sit still while they're fucking touching me and looking at me.
I'm gonna do Craig, his voice. Mike, I was the same way about my BP pill, but 99% of my headache stopped once I took it regularly. And even though my BP med is only lisinopril, that's what you just said, I can't be out in the sun or the cold long. It hurts bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I'm on Benicar. I've been taking it for.
Fuck, is today steak and blowjob day?
Yeah.
Fucking shit. I didn't have a steak or anything.
Yeah, I take what I take is kind of a diuretic. It's like half diuretic, half something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's in one thing.
Yeah.
It's expensive. That's why I don't. But I take it, and it keeps at home. My blood pressure is about 110/70.
And does it have does it bother you like in the sun and stuff?
No.
Or the cold?
The only issue with it.
I haven't had any of the sun or cold issues, but I always wear a hat when I'm out in the sun working.
Well, the one issue is because you guys
keep talking. I'll be right back.
Normally, I partake in booze on the weekend. I'll drink a
Right.
little bit. But I looked at it for years. It said, when I started taking it, I'm like, does it interact with alcohol? It said no or mild.
Mild.
Okay. But now recently it's moderate. I'm like, what do you mean moderate? And
Is that mild or is that not mild?
well,
what is that?
Well, here's the thing. Moderate actually means it can be significant. All moderate means is you don't go to the hospital or die. So you know how I always complain about how I have horrible hangovers and stuff? It just isn't jiving with booze. So I talked to my doctor a couple weeks ago. She's like, keep the drinking to like special occasions if you do it at all, please. I'm like, yeah, fine. Fuck it. So I'm like,
God damn it! All right.
So like she said, just don't do it every weekend, please. I'm like, all right, fine.
So
Fuck
you
it.
start going, Jesus H Christ. Okay.
So I'm gonna try to stay away from it unless someone gets married or someone dies, then I'll do it. Then I'll drink. But other than that, but it's I get. Well, the main thing is if you drink with it, it can fuck your kidneys up. I guess that's the thing.
Yeah.
Over time, it'll fuck your kidneys up.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, like I never took it until I didn't take it until I quit drinking.
But anything that makes you piss fucks your kidneys up. So.
Oh yeah.
So whatever. So I don't know. Whatever. I guess I'll have to frickin'
I don't. Yeah. I mean, like
get more into gaming again.
the one I take the lisinopril and then I take the other one. It's
Lisinopril, that's the one they put most people on. They never put me on that for some reason.
Adalapine or something like, I don't know, some crazy number, but some name. Amlodipine or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's like a water pill too, or it's like a diuretic too, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's really low dosage. But like, I've heard people say that they pee a lot more. I don't pee a lot more.
I piss constantly.
But then again, I drink water, but I don't drink shit tons. I drink like that glass you got there. I probably drink about the equivalent of 2 of those a day.
Well, that's good though.
Yeah.
It's probably close.
I only drink what like I feel like drinking. I don't like overdo it, and I don't underdo it really. Like my body tells me when I get up in the morning, I always have like a regular little bottle of water by the bed. It's room temperature, and that's I read years ago about like in the morning drinking just a room temperature one. That's what helps kick the liver into gear.
I'm glad you're off the blood meds there.
I'm currently off my blood meds.
Yeah. That's one thing I don't want to be on for sure is fucking blood thinners. That's why I really don't want to have a heart attack. Other than the fact heart attacks are traumatic if you live. But I don't want to. When you have a heart attack, you gotta go on blood thinners for like ever. And I do not want to be on blood thinners. Right. Everybody I know that gets on blood thinners has a litany of fucking side effects always.
Yeah.
They have bruises all over the fucking arms all the time.
Yeah, ever since Dad had our dad had that Watchman procedure and then had the stents.
Yeah.
And his arms are just, it's horrible.
My mom, like, if you just, like, help her up and grab her forearm, there's a bruise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Dad was having before the Watchmen and everything, too.
It's just so much worse now.
Yeah, but was he on blood thinners before that, too, though?
I can always
No,
tell
they didn't
when
have him
something.
on him.
I can
They,
always
they
tell
didn't have
someone's
him on
on
him for a
them.
long time.
They always have
I
bruised
swear
up
when I
forearms.
took him for a Watchman, they asked him what he's on, and that was one of the things he said. Blood thinner.
They didn't have him on him for a long time because that's what caused the stroke, the warfarin.
Huh.
Way back. They may have started him on him again before the Watchman, but it wasn't very long.
That might not have been long.
Yeah, it wasn't very long at all because he was not on him. But
My dad,
like his peeing all the time is not because of that. It's because he, refuses to quit drinking pop and
diabetes.
yeah, and he's on. He pisses like every 25 minutes.
Yeah.
He can't. Sometimes he'll walk down the stairs to go to do laundry, and he'll have to run to the bathroom and piss before just from coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
Well,
He can't make it back upstairs to piss. Like he has to go right away. Like he knows where every bathroom is everywhere on his little route to wherever he runs.
my dad's the same way, but it's prostate. It's not.
Yeah, that's my dad's on 3 prostate medications. He used to be on 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then they put him on this other one that basically eliminated one of them. I'm like, well, can't you get off some of them? He goes, well, yeah. I'm like, but you have to change your diet. He's like, yeah. I'm like, and you're not going to do that. He just,
I don't like.
just blows it off.
I think my one saving grace has always been I don't have a sweet tooth. That's probably saved my. Maybe not. I want to be dramatic, save my life, but it's kept me from dying in the next 10 years anyway.
Yeah, I got one.
I
try really
I don't
hard.
have to have peanut butter cups and shit, cookies. I don't have to do it.
Ice cream's my weakness.
No.
But by proxy, I eat a lot of sugar because I like bread.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I do too. I love bread and I eat a lot of ice cream.
That's why I try to keep the sweets out of the house because if they're there, I will partake. But if they're not there, I don't even think about it. It's like if my wife happens to bring something home or whatever. Like
The funny thing is, I feel like I'm defective. I'm like, I'm on blood pressure medicine and stomach pill. I'm on a bunch of. I'm young and I'm just. Then you talk to other people that are like normal sized and they're on like 9 things.
Yeah.
Like I'm on this, and then then they're on the fucking head meds too.
Yeah.
And I take that,
And then they take this to counteract this.
Yeah, and then I take Prozac because my dad died in 1972. Like what? You're on a bunch of shit, man.
yeah,
Your liver's got to be like just quitting.
I don't even know how many things Dad is on. Our dad, it's
Oh God.
12 or 13.
Yeah. Well, he's on three prostate right off the bat.
Yeah.
I mean, my thought is this: like, dude, if they told me, yeah, your prostate be all right if you do this and this and this, and you wouldn't need 3 prostate medications, I'd be like, yeah, okay, well then that sounds good.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, it's the same thing with diabetes. He'll probably, even if he quit like eating junk food and quit drinking pop and start eating healthy, he would probably he'd still be kind of insulin dependent, but he would barely be using it.
Yeah.
I mean,
And my dad had a coworker that passed away, and he was a lot younger than our dads, and he was like my dad's rival.
yeah,
They did not get along.
right.
I won't get into their personal rivalry, but he said my dad said his legs had sores on them because this guy was bigger than me. He said he was like 50 pounds, same height as me. He said he was like 50 pounds bigger than you, Mike, and he had the edema leg, not the foot, the whole leg. And the like lymphedema or whatever fat people get, and then sores, open sores. And he said there was ooze coming out of the guy would wear shorts to work,
That's the
and his
secret of
legs
the ooze.
smelled from the fucking juice.
That dude was not doing anything to help himself.
And my dad said he was at the vending machine getting all day pop, just candy, this and that. And he goes, even though I didn't like him, I'm like, hey, you're gonna die, you know that, right? Fuck. Yeah, he hated my dad. Well, anyway, he passed away, and
what was he like? Your guys' age?
he was closer to yours, like 55. But he's not as old as our dads,
No.
though, to be dying like that. He never even somewhat attempted to be healthy, and it killed him.
Yeah. Yep.
But can you imagine having your legs oozing
No.
and it's smelling, and people telling you smell because of the wounds, and still not eating
Yeah. I mean,
somewhat reasonably?
that's just somebody who just doesn't. They don't give a shit at all. Because, I didn't feel good, and I thought that it was the drinking and smoking, and it probably it didn't help. But that wasn't the issue. Obviously, we now know. But that was when I made the decision. I'm like, all right, I gotta do this, And it's, it's still, I'm still on that road. I'm still changing things, but like I knew like, hey man, I can't live like this. I'm not going to live. I'm going to be fucked up. Yeah.
Or bare minimum, you're going to be on all kind of different things that keep you alive. And
yeah. And so I'm like, fuck that. The least possible is the best.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try changing. I'm going to try a diet change. I've been talking about I was going to do like the carnivore, kind of like the carnivore thing. And then just to find out what's causing, what makes me feel good, what makes me not feel good.
Do the elimination.
Yeah. And I figured
I'm going to switch to that.
Just meat and water and maybe like tea. Then I mean, if it's something water, tea, or meat related, I'll know right away, right?
Yeah.
And so then from there, I can start incorporating things back in. What I don't like, and if I end up eliminating meat, then, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to end up probably eating like pretty basic, bland stuff,
Yeah.
And that's probably
Sounds
what it's
fun.
going to end up being. No fun. It's just basically about getting the proper nutrients, and then
We
that's
can't see
it.
the comments on the screen.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Psh, Mike.
What's going on?
Well, how are we going to know when our fan...
How do we stay in touch?
With that fan...
God.
I noticed you didn't even do the Podbean thing.
Oh, no. I forgot. Whatever.
I love PCP. Oh yeah. Andrew, I was telling Jay's kid Andrew, I was telling Andrew about I go, dude, if you ever want to know what PCP's like, just go find the video of that big black dude walking down the middle of the street being tasered by 8 freaking cops and he's still not going down. I go, that's PCP.
Howdy,
Yeah,
cuz.
You're fucking invincible.
Can't hurt him.
Howdy, cuz.
Howdy, cuz.
Andrew,
What's up, Tay?
it's funny that this is the topic tonight. A coworker of mine literally had a stroke at work because he refused to do anything about the blood pressure that hospitalized him last year.
Yep.
See?
Well,
Yeah.
if you ignore it, it goes away, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes that don't work. That theory.
Now Andy's he's a good sized guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's tall. He's a big dude,
Yeah.
So, I mean, like he's, I've seen him bigger and then I've seen him thinner, and he takes care of himself though, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
But like,
I do take my blood pressure once a day. A blood pressure pill. And I take my blood
do
pressure
that,
once
yeah.
a week on Sundays just to make sure
Yeah.
that it's not creeping up.
I should take it more. I should
I
take
take it. It's usually 110/70
That's good.
at home.
I take
I hate doctors and I'm nervous, so it'll be 160/100. They're like, sit still.
Yeah.
Sit. I'm like,
Yeah.
even blink.
I never take my blood pressure. I just take the pill every morning.
Yeah.
I'm on the pill,
Yeah.
trying to prevent a butt baby.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Yeah. So I don't know.
They stink.
And eventually, though, you get older. There's nothing you can do. You're gonna have to seek some sort of medical intervention.
I mean, but there's definitely a lot of things that you can do to limit what you have to do, for sure.
Well, number one.
I mean,
thing
some
is-
people can't.
The number one thing is don't overeat, and
Yeah.
I can't do that.
No, I can't.
Like, I mean, I realized just this last couple of years with all the different tests and stuff, and the genetic testing really showed me that, wow, I got really good genes. Our family does. Somebody's family. I don't know what
they
side.
bypassed me.
I don't know what side, but there's definitely good genes.
Yeah.
So
Well, my dad's oldest living brother.
Yeah.
He would have survived the cowboy days.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
He hasn't been to a doctor since he was like 15.
Yeah.
And he's 74 or something.
right.
72.
Almost 60 years.
Yeah, he's just
I think
he's like, I'm never gonna go. I said, and my dad says, Kerry will go when he's dead. That's
Yeah.
when he'll go.
I think you're right, 74, because he's barely older than our dad, and Carrie's
Yeah.
barely older than our mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Trace is barely older than our mom.
Yeah, no, Trace goes to the doctor all the time.
Cuz is having the worst gout flare up of his life.
It's all the red meat
Yeah. Well, if you get
Well, drinking can do it too.
or drinking. Yeah, sure.
Are you drinking?
yeah,
I think he's at work.
Are you heavily drinking?
I was heavily drinking.
Are you
Yeah.
drinking on the job?
Yeah.
Are you drinking gout?
Yeah.
Is that what's
That's right.
it's Guinness gout?
I've never had gout, thankfully. I heard it's a miserable experience.
I've never had it. I thought I had it at one point and it wasn't. It was just.
I went on a big looking up leprosy kick because I saw that fucking Kingdom of Heaven movie.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, because King Baldwin had leprosy, and basically he was the reason they were able to keep the Arabs from retaking the land that they took from them.
I didn't think you drank. That's why I was assuming it was red meat.
So
but he had leprosy.
Leprosy.
So I went on a big kick of what it does.
Did you listen to the song while you were doing that?
So
yeah,
you saw that movie. Did you like the movie?
Yeah,
because I thought, people are always like, you should see the director's cut. It's so much better. That's one movie where they're not lying. The director's cut makes it a completely different, fantastic movie. Just saying.
Yeah, I watched.
Scurvy. You got scurvy also.
Rickets. No, that's Jay all the way right there. He told him right, Rickets. Scurvy. Well, scurvy we already know. We went to school with scurvy.
Yep. Scurvy's cool, man.
Yeah, scurvy was cool. He was all right. He was all right.
With pirates
in class,
and different boatsmen.
We went to alternative school with him, and our buddy John cut his jacket with a knife. So then we kept going, why you cold cut, Scurvy? Why you cold cut? He didn't know what the fuck we were talking about.
Yeah,
so, cuz, did they tell you what caused the gout? Is it red meat?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Do you wear a pair of brown orthopedic shoes because you got a bad case of the gout? That's from Adam Sandler's song.
Oh yes,
Lunch Ladyland.
Oh yeah.
So I found out that you can still get leprosy. It's just most of us have a resistance to it.
Yeah,
because it basically churned through the population.
Yeah, there was
multiple times.
It must have still been kicking within the last 100 years because one of the Hawaiian Islands, one of the smaller ones, where there's not much habitation. They had a leper colony like in the 40s.
Well, yeah, if they hadn't been exposed to it, but people like old world people, that'd be Europeans and Asians, and basically from Europe all the way over to they didn't.
Yeah.
They had it. So, but if you're an islander or South America, because I guess like some places in South America still get it.
Yeah,
they just didn't have a run of it in the Americas here.
But that one in Hawaii, that might have been the 40s, might have been the 20s or 30s, and then it was gone after that because at that point we had already been ruling them for a while, and we made them better by ruling them. So
yeah, as happens.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
No, we took over. We changed our diets. We changed the religion. Everything. We're fine.
The power of Christ.
When you want to be a bunch of savages, you can't. We ain't gonna have that.
We can't have that.
Don't step on my blue suede orthopedics.
We must. Okay, so it's mostly sugar from.
Yeah.
You'll live how I tell you to live, there, buddy.
That's also
Well, like my ex-father-in-law, he suffered with gout, and like basically when it would get really bad, he'd drink this cherry juice concentrate. He'd drink like a glass of it. Once he started doing that, he never really had it anymore.
That sounds horrible, though.
It was really tart.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's concentrate.
But we mixed it in water, but it was really tart. But like it didn't taste bad.
I actually didn't even think about that. I thought the dude was just taking like
no. At first he was like thinking about. At first he started thinking about doing it that way, and the wife's like, just make a pitcher of it and drink 8 ounces a day, asshole, like they told you.
Yeah, that's actually.
So he did that, and he didn't. But before that, dude, he would also. Dude, I remember coming over there, and I was meeting them to do something for him after I had the day off, and he was coming home from work, and he got out of his car, and he's dragging his leg. I go, "What's wrong?" He goes, "That's the fucking gout. I'm just gonna have to quit drinking for a few days. It'll go away." And he would just stop drinking for a few days, and it would go away.
Yeah, it's just a little gout flare up.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I'll live maybe.
But then like one of his doctors told him, "Hey, go buy this stuff," and it was expensive because it was pure, but he I can't do concentrate. I have age.
Yeah. Read the comment fully.
I can't do concentrate. I have ADHD.
You got him.
So anyway, says I like the movie. Eva Green's always nice to look at.
Yes.
What is the movie called?
Kingdom of Heaven.
It's Ridley Scott movie.
It's about the Crusades.
It's got Orlando Bloom and other people in it.
I'm just glad that there's not any strife over there anymore, like there was then.
You always get those film snobs like, oh, you guys see the director's cut, it's so much better. And I liked the movie. When I first saw it, I liked it. And then when I watched the director's cut, I'm like, holy shit, that made it way better.
Yeah, I didn't think, like, people used to shit on movies for that, like the director's cuts and everything, but now video games are doing, it's called DLC.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is what the game we wanted to give you.
Yeah. They censored this part originally.
Or they cut this out.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted you to see.
Yeah.
So they cut it, and then you're like, well, that's fucking...
Video games aren't that kind of medium.
8 seconds to go.
Yeah.
And we've got the lead.
One of the guys who was involved in the tunnel skirmish last year, remember that? I don't know if you guys heard about that tunnel skirmish between
I may have.
One of the Michigan guys, he just got his first interception, kind of sealed the game right there.
There was
nice.
So there was 8 people involved in that. 7 of them were charged, 8 of them. Yeah, 7 of the 8 kids were
scored.
Prosecuted. Did he?
49-0. Oh yeah, one of the Michigan guys who was involved, I think, is one of the ones got beat down. Jaden McBurrows.
Now I know it's not really related, but I saw Ben Wallace. He did a picture with Meta World Peace.
Oh yeah,
and it's good. I'm glad they, whatever, they're over their 20-year beef or whatever.
Yep.
But the main thing that stuck out, Ben kind of looks like Frederick Douglass,
doesn't he?
With his fucking hair,
yeah.
Doesn't he? He looks like
or the Tales from the Hood, the main guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah. I know you're talking
the
about.
guy that used to be in the blaxploitation movies.
Yeah,
that guy.
Is that the one that had the doll chasing after him in the movie? Yeah. I can't think of his name. I know he was in Half Baked.
But Ben has the Frederick Douglass haircut.
Oh yeah, Clarence Williams III.
Thank you, Clarence Williams III.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh yeah, Eva Green. We've discussed her before.
We've discussed her.
Dude, she's maximum whackability.
Yeah,
fucking totally.
She's never looks bad. I've never seen a bad picture of her.
She's got,
amazing.
She looks talented.
Amazing. Talent.
Always.
Did Johnny Depp fuck her?
Oh, they were in
probably.
They were in Dark Shadows together.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't mean that as a calling her a whore. I think she's European. I'll just do.
She's definitely Johnny Depp's type.
Yeah,
I get that.
They're a little
hot with tits.
Hot with tits.
Hot with tits.
Speaking of this, I saw there was a poll. Who would you want to ruin your life, Amber Heard or Jada Pinkett? And I got a bunch of likes. I put I can fix them both.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's a tough one.
Well, and one guy posted, he goes, I can change my sheets, so.
Yeah, that's true. It would probably be Amber Heard.
Yep.
Because I think Amber Heard is just like, she'll beat you up and treat you bad and ruin your life. But she won't publicly embarrass
That's the
you.
thing.
And she'll like feel bad about it and take care of you later again
and start crying. I think Jada Pinkett like genuinely resents her husband. She seems to resent him.
Supposedly they've been separated for 7 years.
Yeah. And Tupac was the love of her life.
Yeah, supposedly since 2016 they've technically been separated.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
But she still holds so much power over him. So yeah, I would rather Amber Heard than Jada Pinkett.
She's a succubus, man. She's ruined that dude.
Yeah.
We need to find that record and play it backwards so we can send her back to hell.
Yep.
She's fucking nuts, man. Now, Amber Heard will ruin your public life and everything, but I don't know, it's different.
She didn't really hold the mental,
I think for the most part she'll be fine for a while. She's just eventually gonna snap.
Yeah.
Oh, you might get stabbed.
Yeah,
you can recover from the stab.
Well, the key thing is I'll lose weight so I can find a good set of chainmail to wear.
Mm-hmm.
So when she gets mad at me,
well, I'll definitely like go and learn like some kind of jujitsu or something. What's that Israeli fucking
Krav
Maga?
Yeah, I'll learn something so I can defend myself.
Yeah.
When she jumps into bed and like she's crapping herself and has a knife at the same time, I can at least stop the knife from getting too far in.
Get her some adult Depends.
And at the same time going, don't crap everywhere. Like, who's going to fucking clean this up?
I heard a conspiracy theory about Will Smith having Tupac killed.
Yeah.
Did you?
Believe that. That's the truth.
I don't like Jada Pickett, and the fact that he, you know, if they have been separated, who knows? Her book came out. Maybe she's just trying to sell books, and maybe that's more. If they have been split for 7 years and he still slapped the shit out of Chris Rock
on her
behalf, he is a cuck.
Yeah,
he was already a cuck, but he's like super a cuck.
Well, he was probably watching her have her. What was that thing called again? Entanglement.
Yeah. It kind of
made him watch.
It kind of ruins all those like you need to be a top 1% male like Andrew Tate videos.
Yeah,
because even if you get to the top, it can still happen. There's no some guys just can't stop it.
Krav Maga.
America great again.
That's Krav Maga. I didn't get it at first.
Krav Maga, yeah.
I didn't get it at first. I'm like,
That's fucking great.
I get it now.
How to beat your wife like an Israeli.
But like, Will Smith was always like, God, you know, Will Smith could have literally in the late 2000s or in the early 2010s, he literally could have had any woman he wanted.
Yep.
Any woman he wanted.
You know, just because they're like at the top like that, I mean, he could be a total fucking, you know, I mean, the type of person he is with a woman could be totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's clearly he's a cuck.
Yep.
Oh yeah, sure.
And it's not looking good, man.
Yep. Not looking good for you, Willard.
No.
Willard.
That's his real name.
I don't know.
Is it really Willard
It's
Smith?
Willard, yeah.
It's Willard Smith.
You ever watch Abbott Elementary?
No, I haven't, but it
You
looks.
know of it?
Yeah, I do.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Was he named after the rat movie, Willard?
No, I don't know, actually. Let me do the math. No, I think he was born before that, just before that came out. I could be wrong, though.
He's my age, right?
Yeah, it's right about the same time then. It could be Willard.
I can't remember. I know he's like either just younger or just older than me.
But
Ben, I think Ben came out first, and then it was Willard.
Well, yeah, that's right. But
that's from like the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Abbott Elementary, it's named. It takes place in West Philadelphia, and the school is named Willard.
Born and raised.
Willard Abbott Elementary. It's his first name and her favorite teacher. The lady who makes it her favorite teacher's name growing up, and she combined it. So she named it after Will Smith, and she's from Philly. So
Willard Carroll Smith.
Yep.
Oh, dude, he's 55.
Yeah, I thought he was a little bit older than you. I didn't think it was that much.
I didn't know he was that much older than me.
That he would definitely was not named after the song or the movie.
When he did Parents Just Don't Understand, they made it like he was like just a kid.
Oh,
But
I didn't think. I
they
mean,
used to do that though. They did that with that band in the late 80s, going into the 90s.
I mean, he was only 21 when the show started, so I guess he was still kind of a kid. So
the show started. Yeah.
He was going on 22s when the song came out. He was only like 17 or 18. Parents Just Don't Understand was like 87, 88.
Well,
he was born 68. You're right.
Yeah.
Bad math on my part. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Anyways,
Willard.
Cock. It's
No, but they did that shit. The music industry did that shit too, because they did it to They did it to a band where they made it like they just all graduated high school. All it was one guy who was like a replacement bass player had graduated high school.
Oh yeah.
But the rest of the guys were all like 24, 25 years old.
Yeah, they do that. Well, they try to get the young crowd into what they're doing.
Yeah.
I remember being like 18, and if you went to a party and someone was like 23, you'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing here, old man?
Yeah,
Get out of here, Methuselah, get out."
Yeah, that's it. Trickster. They fucking lied about them. They said that they were like all high school students that just graduated, but their bass player did, and then like the rest of the guys were all like 24, and then somebody went, "Wait a minute." No, those guys graduated with me, you know,
and I'm old as shit.
Yeah, and like fucking, yeah,
that's funny.
But yeah, like they had like a replacement bass player, and he just graduated, and yep, I remember
the guy who played Booger in Revenge of the Nerds was in his late 30s at the time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also from
Curtis.
He's local.
Curtis.
Yeah.
Curtis Armstrong is from around here.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it just fit though. Him and the Nerds. The funny thing is, they all had high IQs.
Was he playing like a young guy?
I mean,
yeah. Well, the thing that got me about that character Dudley Dawson, the others, it was clear that they were geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
Dudley Dawson was just like some dude like that was just too old to be like they just pushed him like
Yeah.
you're part of the nerds because you're a weird older guy.
I always thought of it like he was the guy who just didn't graduate and he was still there at like I just assumed he was older.
He was not in his late 30s. He was 31 when it came out, just so you know, cuz.
But the other one's like,
Is one
You didn't know he's from here?
yeah, the Japanese guy, obviously Japanese people have high IQs, so that made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were all like nerds.
Yeah.
The only thing that made Lamar
Misfits.
Luttrell a nerd was he was gay. So back in the 80s, that was nerd.
Yeah, they were all
He was
misfits.
gay. It's just,
They were all misfits.
He
Yeah.
graduated from something called Berkeley High School
Oh, did he go? He
in
went
Berkeley,
to. He did go to. He went to Berkeley.
and then Western Michigan, and then Oakland U.
Mm.
There you go.
What's this deleted user?
This song is one you would describe Amber shits the bed and Jada with. What?
that's probably something Joseph posted.
We should not check that out.
No, I don't feel like going over to my computer desk.
Yeah,
That's at least 10
maybe
feet.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe later when I have the energy to stand up.
If I get up to pee, maybe.
Yeah.
there was a stretch of a couple years there where Booger was the shit. Because you think about Risky Business, Revenge of the Nerds, Better Off Dead, Revenge of the Nerds 2, all within like a 3 or 4 year span.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was huge.
Moonlighting was huge.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He was the secretary's fucking
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Curtis Armstrong.
Yeah, he's been around. He's done. Yeah,
And of course, his most important role ever, obviously, is Metatron from Supernatural.
yes, yeah.
There you go.
Who's the scribe of God?
Yeah.
But then actually, yeah, he was the scribe of God.
He was
right?
the scribe,
Yeah, that's right.
Or
He
yeah.
tried to take over and become God.
Anyways, Curtis Armstrong's local. There you go.
Yeah,
The end.
He's Metatron.
Metatron. Yeah.
That was his name in another TV show.
So you know how if you have a good Brian, you've talked to me about this before. You went to record something, and he said I didn't post it because I sounded depressed or
Yeah.
about your age or something. And there's something like me too. Like I have a good idea and I'll record it, and then I put it. I didn't take it down, but I like posted it. I'm like, I sound like a fucking retard. I really wish I hadn't posted that.
What was it?
What was that whole thing? Because I didn't know enough about it, but I just was like, well, I want to talk about it because stuff's not fair.
You talking about the content theft thing?
Yeah.
You know what?
And I posted that, and then I was like, it made it sound like I was defending the Sniper Wolf chick,
Yeah.
and I'm not. But my point, because she's crazy. She's an Amber Heard type chick.
Yeah.
She's nuts, and she was stealing people's content. But my point was, what's like the cutoff? Because like they say, well, she's using people's content, though. But don't everybody, like a lot of these people that are accusing her of this, and doxing's wrong. She should be kicked off the internet for that. But when
Yes.
but when it talks, she uses people's TikToks and comments on it.
Yeah.
And she's making money off of it, and they're like mad.
I completely. The people should be mad. I think that
I just don't.
you're not making anything original. You're just basically
Reacting.
It's like if you're watching ESPN and you're watching sports highlights and they're commenting on it. They didn't create that. I mean, so they're just commenting on it. You're doing kind of the same thing, but using something that somebody created, and you're just saying like, when they made this, they did this. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? That's so special.
Yeah.
You're talking about how good this video is, and that's what you're commenting on, and you're making money off doing that.
Well, in the whole reaction video thing, I guess my point is, why is it like sometimes wrong, and then sometimes it's like other people they'll rebut somebody or just talk. I don't get it. I don't know when's it wrong to use someone's stuff just to talk about it, or
I don't know.
I don't know the cutoff here. Because I mean, I've like the memes we make. I do 15-second long memes, and but I try to keep it like 90s older movies that people don't know.
Yeah.
And then it's funny, and then usually people ask, "Hey, what movie's that from?" And then I tell them what movie it's from, because that's how you talk to people. Like, what movie is it from? Oh, this is from Vertical Limit, dude, and it came out in 2000.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think what you do is content theft, because you're basically
and
just,
another thing we do is monetize for first and foremost.
yeah.
No monetization.
Basically, I think what you do, and when you do it, when what was the one you did earlier? I just completely blanked. I don't remember which one it was, but basically
Buff Bagwell, maybe
not the Buff Bagwell one. It was more recent. Oh, the fat guys in the subway.
Yeah.
Which to me, you just made a fucking meme, but in almost like a GIF form.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing is a meme, and memes are fun. Memes are fine.
Well, didn't you get called out for nudity for the fat guys?
Well, no, I put up
Shocking content.
I put up a shocking content. It got flagged as shocking content. Again, I on TikTok you can go and watch MMA fights right now.
Yeah.
There's tons of MMA fights. People get knocked, their brains. Gaza Strip war stuff.
Yep.
Ukraine war stuff. But my shit got flagged.
Yeah.
On the Lord Despot, my personal one, I did a joke trying to trigger people. It was Jeff Monson and Ricardo Arona doing jiu-jitsu. They kind of look like two powerlifters called Larry Wheels and Scott Mendelson. I said, it's Scott Mendelson and Larry Wheels grab it just to get people to go, well, actually.
Yeah.
And get pissed off at me. I thought it would be funny to just get people's goat a little bit.
As it was.
It got flagged for nudity. It's two guys in shorts.
I don't know.
It got flagged for nudity.
Like, all right, does somebody have to report that?
What it is someone's getting mad.
And they're reporting
it. And then the TikTok's not even looking into it.
No.
They're not.
Now that one I fought. I'm like, there's no nudity. It's two guys grappling.
They're too busy counting all their yen.
And then the one with the two fat guys fighting.
Yeah. What's the Chinese one?
So I don't know. It's just like, and I'm thinking like, okay, there's breastfeeding videos on there now. I'm fine with breastfeeding.
Sure.
It's perfectly natural. I don't care.
Yeah.
Do it if they want to pop a boob out in public. But what some of these girls are doing, they're full nude.
Yeah.
That's not breastfeeding. They're gratuitous. It's being gratuitous. They're just putting their whole body out there to get views and feeding their child.
That's great.
It's
great, but it's still the point is what I'm doing by what I'm doing.
If they're flagging you, they should be flagging them.
Exactly. Now, I would consider it not gratuitous if they got the one shirt, they lower the one boob, and they feed the kid on the right side of one.
They're
boob,
like
right?
straight up just nude.
Yeah, these girls are nude sitting on a toilet.
TikTok is run by HR managers.
Yeah.
Now, because that's
in China.
Like your stuff got taken down right away, but like sometimes we'll get like a strike 2 years later. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all the algorithms and stuff. That stuff that takes forever for them to catch up to.
Yeah.
That's stuff somebody's reporting you straight up.
Yeah. So somebody get bothered, and they report it, and then I appeal it because like, hey, this is clearly not over the top in any way, and they'll deny my appeal. Why are you denying my appeal? It's two guys grappling.
Yeah.
It's
whatever.
Yeah. Or maybe because you lied about who it was.
Well, and it goes back to the double standard thing with that SS Sniper Wolf. She doxed that guy.
Yeah.
Jack's film. She went to his fucking house and then posted his house on the internet.
Yeah.
She's got 5 million because she's a cute girl. She's got like 5 million, 5 Instagram people. She posted on Instagram. They know now. People that don't like him now know where he lives.
Yeah.
And she didn't get kicked off anything. It's because she's a hot chick. If I dox with me and my 405 subscribers, if I dox somebody, I'd be kicked off everything.
Yep.
Now, are we sure that like maybe she's part of TikTok?
No, well, she's not TikTok at all. Well,
Maybe it's her. Maybe she's a spy.
Well, she's using people's TikTok videos to get fame.
Yeah, I don't.
Whatever. I don't.
That's
know.
why I don't think what you do with
I think she's
the
a
clips you
communist
use,
spy.
the 15-second clips you use to do stuff like the Subway thing or the Scott Steiner thing or whatever it might be, is content theft. You're basically making what is a live act or a movie meme, if you will, a GIF meme, but it's not a GIF.
Then I seen one of these guys that people have used as stuff for memes, and does animation. Now I understand. I do a live stream. I've recorded music. I've done little things here and there that can be a little bit time consuming. Animation is a completely different animal. That's like weeks to do any little fight, anything. So I understand that why they'd be mad, but I'm still thinking to myself, okay, you made this animation and other people made it bigger than you. How come you're not, would you hashtag it or do it? And I would make short clips of my shit that way to draw people toward it. I don't know. If other people are figuring out to make money off your shit, why can't you?
So you're saying, these people are creating it, and then somebody else is using it and making it bigger.
Somebody that's better at hashtags and, getting attention to it, and they're rightfully angry. Hey, I created this. You're making money off it, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that they should actually get the money for it. That's what they 100%.
but you got to figure a way to promote yourself a little better.
Yeah,
or
what's your
something.
problem?
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Seal the deal, man.
Like if you're creating this badass animation, a lot of this shit was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
But like no one's doing it. You got to get your shit.
Yeah.
It's all hashtags, man.
It's nerds that don't know how to seal the deal, man.
But the thing is, these they're called meme pages. People that they take people's shit and then they monetize it, make money.
Yeah.
Again, we don't monetize nothing,
Right.
so we're not making money off anything.
But we would.
But I don't think the guy that made the Wraith cares, or some '90s movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've never used another TikToker thing once.
No.
Only one time. Only other YouTuber I've ever used their thing was that guy, and I forgot his name. The seatbelt meme about getting stuck. Oh, my arm's stuck in the cave. The cave guy.
Yeah.
I don't know who the cave guy, whoever you are. I used your shit one time.
Sorry.
Yep.
But I didn't make any money, so it doesn't fucking
We don't
matter.
monetize.
And no one in that particular meme that I thought was great. I was like, dude, get stuck in the seatbelt, get it, claustrophobia. Like 300 people viewed it. Nobody fucking cared.
Right.
There's some that's like a video could be out for a day and it's really popular, and these people will just basically take it and they'll do the thing with the green screen. So they're sitting there and the video's playing behind them, and they'll be like, this video came out yesterday and they did this and I thought it was really cool, check it out. And then they'll play the video behind it, like, yeah, see what they did there? And they're just basically commenting on the video and they're not doing any work.
Yeah, that's who else does it? The recording artist, Jason Derulo.
Oh yeah.
He's real bad about it. I guess sometimes he's not even in. He literally just puts the video out. He's not even commenting on it.
No.
That's how lazy it's gotten for him. He's just
He's a musician?
yeah.
Mm.
R&B, like funky stuff.
Okay.
So, like-
rap singing, I guess.
So, but I would tell you if you're out there and know a good way to make money, especially if you're African American,
Yeah.
react to 1970s white people music.
Oh yeah.
That is gold. You'll get 2 million. Every one of those, they'll be like, "Oh man, this Jimmy Page guy, he's great."
Or react to white person cooking videos and tell them, "Oh man, what's that? You know,
Yeah.
it's spice."
Yeah.
Do that.
Well, look at this quiche.
What's a quiche?
Yeah, what's a quiche?
I've never had this.
Some quinoa. I don't know what that is.
Quit.
White people taco day.
It was I don't know why it came up the other day, but we were talking about something and Jason Derulo came up, and I only know like 2 songs by the dude, but I looked him up. I'm like what kind of name is that? I looked it up, and his last name is Derulo, and I was like, but the way it's spelled, it's like DE capital R. I'm like, that's not right. And I look it up, and it's like the most Cajun way of spelling this name ever. His real name is like DEROULEAUX. I'm like, what the fuck? It actually is Derulo, but it's like,
Yeah, sometimes
I have no idea.
some
what this
Cajun names, like they're almost Italian sounding.
yeah, it was nuts. I'm like, that's like at one point when talking with Eric, our friend Eric, from the bands and stuff. His friend Chris, I don't want to say anybody's last names, but I guess it doesn't matter. Sharbo.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like I was like, how do you spell that? I'm thinking it's all complicated and stuff. He's like, it's spelled how it sounds.
Just how it's. Oh wow.
I thought it was like a BEAUX at the end.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's not all fucking fancy.
French
like that.
Canadians are bad about that too.
It's crazy.
Devereaux.
Devereaux.
You get the X at the end. I don't know.
I remember my wife actually worked with a dude that was his first name was Devereaux.
Oh, that's
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Isn't that the spy from the Psych, the show Psych?
Despero.
Despero.
That's Despero. Yeah.
Okay.
No, Devereaux is Devereaux Wiggs from
Yeah. I haven't watched the
fucking
show in a while.
Detroiters.
Shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Devereaux. Anyways, I'm not going to get into Detroiters again. I've talked about it enough. Michigan won 49-0.
Have you ever seen Pie Guys?
No. Oh, is that, yeah, there's
No.
the pizza one?
Yeah.
I've seen clips of it. I've never
Dude,
seen
that's
the whole
all
thing.
it is because they never made it a TV show.
No.
So it's just YouTube clips.
Yeah.
And it's just like Ike Barinholtz's little brother.
Yeah.
And Ike Barinholtz's in one. He's playing like a cop or something. Dude, it's shit's hilarious, dude. It's like 5 minutes long each one. Fucking hilarious.
Just about pizza people.
Oh no, they're total stoners. Like the one dude, he's like the head pizza driver. He's like head driver, so he's training people, and he's like, "You got to get high. You got to smoke this." He's making this kid smoke weed with him. And the other guy who was his trainee is finally like not a trainee, and he's like, just do it. He's never gonna stop, and if you don't do it. But there's some seriously funny shit. They fucking maced some guy and fucking because he stole something from him or some shit. It's funny. The clips are like 5 minutes long. They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I remember seeing a few of them. That's Blanche's last name from the Golden Girls. It is.
Yes,
Blanche
Devereaux.
Devereaux, yeah, that's what I
Yes,
thought of.
one of the greatest sitcoms ever.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It was.
That's
Yeah.
one.
I never got it. That's fine.
It's one of those. It's a sitcom.
kidding.
It's a sitcom that's like not at all funny, but you can sit and watch it for hours on end.
I mean,
It's just like it's folksy.
Yeah,
I guess
it's not that it's funny. It's just that it's like, yeah, it's just great. It's just a great show to watch.
unlike
Like,
Friends,
I've watched marathon. Like I've sat on a
Your
Sunday and
Friends
just
thing was
watched
great.
Golden Girls all fucking day because there's like no football and shit on.
Brian's Friends TikTok was good. Friends
Huh?
sucks.
oh yeah, that's like a year old too.
I didn't even know. It
Yeah.
came in my feed.
Yeah, I made that like a year ago at lunch one day. I was eating my boring at lunch. See, and I can prove I only eat tuna at lunch because I had it in that fucking video. Anyways,
So wait,
I don't like Friends.
You were watching Friends?
no.
Oh.
I said my lunch is just like Friends, boring as fuck. And
That's
but
great.
then something else came up today, and I shared it to our group chat, and it was somebody had talked about Friends, and I shared it. What was it? Let me find it real quick. And Craig said, "Yeah, I do the same thing for Seinfeld." And I was almost like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Oh, this guy said, "I often daydream about winning the Powerball and buying the licensing right to Friends, just to edit out the laugh tracks, then releasing it back to the public for free, so everyone can finally understand how unfucking funny that shitty show actually is." And Craig's like, "I do the same thing for Seinfeld." Seinfeld at moments though. But you know what?
There's definitely funny shit in Seinfeld for sure.
There's times where I will
Larry
think of
David is actually funny though.
I will
He
think
can
about
write.
stuff from Friends that I actually found humorous back in the day when I watched it. So I can't say it was completely unfunny,
Yeah,
but I don't know why everybody loves it so much.
When
I
he got
think
away
that-
from the confines of network TV, Larry David's fucking pretty damn
Curb Your
funny.
Enthusiasm's hilarious.
I think that pretty much like any of the like a lot of sitcoms, if you cut the laugh tracks out, you're gonna fucking see how stupid it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
some
just-
of 'em.
There's really good ones, you know. I mean, there's a lot of great sitcoms, but there ain't any more.
Yeah, there's certain things in Friends I will just remember. I'm like, yeah, that was funny. Like when they're moving the couch and he's like, pivot, and I don't remember
Yeah.
why that was funny, but it was. And
Well,
then
you can relate to that.
Yeah,
to me the funniest thing ever was Ross was he warned the girls. He's like, yeah, women just they don't know how to mentally prepare or they don't sense danger coming. We live in
the
New York City.
unagi,
And he keeps on doing stuff, and he'll like jump out
And
from
they-
behind shit, and he's scaring all of them. And he's like, unagi,
and then they fucking got him.
and then they got him.
fucking hardcore.
And I remember that. And I'll just be like, unagi.
Yeah.
So there's certain things.
Yeah.
I will not say it's
When they got him, he screamed like a little girl.
a little girl.
Yeah.
And then the spray tanning one with him.
Oh,
Someone edited
the
everyone.
spray tanning.
Someone edited everyone else out except Ross to make him look schizophrenic. Okay, that's kind of funny. That's funny, actually.
Dude, the fucking spray tan one, they're like, go in and turn this way. And he's like, stand there. And he goes, and he's waiting and waiting and waiting. And he starts turning and it sprays. He keeps getting blasted.
But then he got his teeth whitened
Yeah,
too.
he got his teeth white and he gets blasted on the same side with the spray tan over and over again. And his teeth are fucking glowing white.
Yeah, when they turn on the black light, all of a sudden it's just his teeth are like.
That was good.
Oh,
yeah.
there was moments,
Yeah.
but Seinfeld, I thought there was more moments. That's just me,
Yeah.
and that's only recently because I hated Seinfeld up until like a
I
year
didn't
ago.
watch like all that stuff because I worked nights. So I didn't watch it all.
I only,
That was
Netflix
I only watched
uploaded.
it when I was at elder family members' homes.
I had this thing.
Larry David stuff off network
Yeah.
television is just
I did this thing in like the early 2000s, like all those shows were ending. You know, they were like I never watched a Friends. I watched the very last Seinfeld episode, but I never saw a Seinfeld episode before that. I watched the very final Friends. I'd never watched it because I work nights, you know.
yeah.
And then I did the same thing with Everybody Loves Raymond. People were like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know where I'm at." I knew who Ross and Rachel and all of them were because they were everywhere, but
Fucking
I didn't know. I never saw the show. I didn't watch the shows until they were over, like once they were in syndication, because then they were on like different channels they'd be on during the day and shit.
You know how much
Dude,
money
yeah.
they make for the rest of their life off those fucking
Oh shit.
those
Oh, yeah.
reruns?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Money in their pocket.
Yeah, like now the big thing is like if these companies buy them up, buy them like for whatever
The streaming services.
the streaming services, they're paying them fucking
They don't
huge.
get yeah. Well, no, not the actors though.
No, they're paying whoever owned
Made the show owns it. Yeah,
Mhm.
because like when they paid like $1 billion to have Friends on whatever the fuck it's on.
Yeah.
Peacock or
Yep.
HBO Max, and they don't make shit off the streaming. The actors don't.
No.
They made a bunch of money when it wasn't on streaming though. Tons of money. Either
Well,
way.
now, yeah, and I mean, they still play them all on TBS.
Oh, yeah, I know. They're still playing on
TNT, They
syndication.
play all that shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about I have no idea. Here's a question maybe you guys can answer for me.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about I know how syndication, how they make the sitcoms make money. But say that pick a movie like Shawshank Redemption that played on TBS every day for 17 years.
Yeah.
Do they pay the people that make that?
I don't know.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
curious about.
I don't know.
Because Shawshank Redemption, whoever made that could make a lot of fucking Stephen King.
Stephen
Could be
King.
doing pretty well
So like,
because it was on TBS every day
All the time. Frank Darabont's the one that directed it. I don't know how
think
that
like,
works.
well, I gotta imagine
Someone's got to be getting paid for it being on there.
I gotta imagine that. Yeah, they're.
I think they don't
and
pay
it wouldn't
for,
be. And
Do
it
they
w-
pay for like the rights to air
and
it?
it, and it
I
would,
think that's what it is.
And it wouldn't.
It's
Been,
upfront
and it
rights.
wouldn't have been on there so much if it didn't get ratings.
Yeah,
So
I think.
people are stopping. I would stop and watch 20 minutes of it all the time.
I think
Maybe not the whole
move-
thing, but I was like, hey, this is the part where
I think Alan's right. I think they pay for it up front so that you get a bunch of money up here. But you don't get paid for every showing.
And then they have the right to air it whenever they want.
yeah,
people must have watched the fuck out of it because it was always on.
It's
Yeah.
probably a yearly kind of.
it's a really good movie.
They probably do some kind of yearly.
Shawshank's an
or-
excellent film.
It is.
But like, yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can think. And I'm sure the actors you negotiate that shit when you do the movie.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't imagine they're getting anything for them putting it on. But
Try to at the end where he fucking sees Red on the beach there,
In
or sees
Z-Wa-
Andy on the beach.
Z Watanabe.
Yeah, try to do that without choking up.
Oh, I know.
Like,
That's one of my favorite parts because the Last Man on Earth, the Will Forte show.
yeah,
In that last season, that's what they're like. We need to go. We're like Z Watanabe, and they keep on saying it. They want to go to where Shawshank ended up. They find out it's a real place, but it's not what they thought it was. It's
probably a shanty town run by the cartels.
it's actually it was much nicer than they thought it was going to be. They thought it was going to be some small village and stuff, and there's mansions and shit.
Oh, it's a wealthy.
Well, of course they didn't film in Z Watanabe, so it's probably like they just picked part of L.A. and said, "Yeah, this is Z Watanabe," and everybody has a mansion.
Well, remember when we were growing up, like the big thing was like go to California and then you go visit Tijuana. It's awesome down there. It's a party town. If you go to Tijuana now, oh boy, you'll get fucking your head hacked off.
Cousin it says production companies make the money. Performers generally only make a lump sum on each project.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Except if you're a bigger star, you can do it on the back end where you make part of the gross.
Well, yeah. I mean, like look at Star Wars. Like they didn't want George Lucas made everything off of that because they didn't think it was going to be anything.
But then
Yeah.
you get like Downey for his last Avengers movie made like $90 million, but that's because he got back end action.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't see a gold when you have it in your hands. It's like the guy that recorded Nevermind,
Oh yeah,
and he said we recorded it, we were done, and I put the finishing touches. I thought to myself, we're gonna sell like 60 to 100,000 records, I think.
Oh, you're talking about Butch
Butch
Vig?
Vig,
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And he
from
was,
Garbage.
Yeah.
And then it was like, we're gonna sell 60,000 records because he thought it was a good, like it was gonna be a good, successful
Good
indie
moderate
record.
success.
Indie record.
Yeah, that's what he thought. Yeah.
And he was like, holy shit, it
Yeah.
blew right up.
Yeah, that guy made that was the guy who headed up Garbage, the band.
Yeah.
Oh,
Butch
okay.
Vig.
Yeah, but Butch Vig, he recorded a lot of people's music
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins. I think he did some with Courtney. I think he worked with her a little bit, but I think he ended up having to. I think he walked away, which would not surprise me. But
Unless the performers are the producers or they work out a deal like Jack Nicholson did. Yeah, there's always different deals. George, yeah. That's true.
do they still have-
Merchandising is where George Lucas
Yeah.
made
Do they
most
still
of
have
it.
those fucking Elvis slave contracts where you got to do a bunch of shitty movies?
Yeah, they
Like,
I don't know if they do anymore.
no. Well, that was the
Because
problem
back then
there.
you didn't sign up for a movie. You signed
You
on to
didn't-
a studio.
Yeah, you got contracted. You were paid a salary every week, so you did whatever they wanted.
yeah. Remember
Anything they wanted.
the Three Stooges fucking basically made a middle class living
Yep.
off being the Three Stooges.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The most iconic comedians probably
Yeah,
ever.
I mean, well, like a lot of those, they were like, if they saw a star in them, like they made them think they were getting like, there was people that, they made $1,000 a week.
Big-
Wow.
What?
Okay.
Still, the biggest ripoff I've ever heard in history was Crazy Sexy Cool. That
Oh, God,
record.
yeah.
And them girls got 60 grand each.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was who was their manager? Pebbles was the
Mhm.
manager?
And by the way, I'm not just spamming 60K. I think both things were actually 60,000.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah.
60,000 projected 60,000 sales, and then the TLC
yeah.
60 grand each girl
Yep.
they got
Off
for
of that-
fucking record.
That sold 15 million copies,
Mhm.
and they made $60,000.
Now I get it that okay they put them together, they wrote the music, this and that, but they still should have been millionaires.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's just ridiculous.
Yep. That's why they toured so hard, because that's the only way they're going to make any money off of the thing.
That's the way bands make money. It's
Well,
the
dude,
only
that was
way
like
now.
that was always the case. Like people would come off the tour and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, okay, you owe us $2 million."
Yep.
Now, one band that made a ton of money off their sales was Green Day, because they were told, well, if we do this one thing, you can sell a moderate amount and make a good living, and if we do this other thing, like this big sign, he goes, if we sell a lot of records, we're going to be really rich, but we got to sell a lot of records. Do you think we can do it? And they took the gamble.
Yeah,
and
it worked out.
Yeah, well, like here we'll read our cousin's fun fact.
Yeah.
Read it.
I've heard that before.
Francis Ford Coppola made his money from his wine, and he owns a few hotels. He actually loses money making films. That does not shock me.
He just loves making films.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
that's like a guy who has got a pure passion.
Some people too. Like, is it losing money and the movies aren't profitable, or that he would have been making more? Just how like the Bill Gates, if he bends down to pick up $1,000 bill, he's actually losing money.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if that would have. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I cannot fathom the movies not being profitable.
No,
I just can't wrap my head around
maybe
that.
his production deals.
Or maybe he's cost so much.
Maybe he's just making a director's salary and he's not making all the
Okay.
production stuff. So you never know.
yeah,
Some directors get an upfront. Maybe he's doing that. Some of them, Spielberg says, "I want this much," and they're like, "Yes."
Yeah, because of his wine, he's making
And his-
20 mil a quarter.
He's
or
making a
something.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
his
or some-
wineries. Yeah, and he owns a few hotels too. And his hotels are in Napa Valley and shit too, where his wine's being made. So,
Yep.
but yeah, that's interesting. I don't know how all of it works, but I know with the records, it's you got to have the points, and TLC didn't have the points.
No.
Metallica did, but TLC
Yeah.
didn't.
You're not-
It is all from behind the music.
You're not gonna make money off records now at all.
No,
yeah. Oh, that's what the Counting Crows.
yes,
Before they got their first album, they were playing all over San Fran. They were playing all over California. They big turnouts. What happened to them had never happened to anybody. They literally, every record company wanted them because they had,
The down south thing.
and they had this unique sound that nobody had, and they were like, they wanted them. Everybody was offering them contracts. So they basically walked into the greatest deal because they were offering them, like, I think they ended up offering them something like $9 million. They were so guaranteed.
Just a sign.
Just
Yeah.
a sign.
Wow.
And then, like, they never really got screwed, but, like, that Adam Duritz, is that how you say his name? Duritz? Or something?
Duritz.
Yeah, he was talking about, he was like, but we wanted more control of things. So they started their own production company. And they also tried to help other bands out. And he said that, like, he basically, like, had like 5 bands on one of his record labels, and he's like, they all made good albums. He's like, we lost money on everything, on all of them, but he goes, but we didn't care because we made money off of everything
Yeah.
else, so it was fine to lose on that.
Well, I know some people spend so much on production of their tours they don't make money until they on the back end of the tour.
Yeah, right.
The Rolling Stones, I think the first 1/3 of their tour, they're not making a dime.
No.
Then they start making money after that.
Yeah. That's why a lot of these bands are joining together and doing mega tours. That's why, because it's just more affordable. It may cost more, but in the long run, like they can charge more in ticket sales. You're getting more out of your tickets, and then they're making more at the end.
That's why, because Green Day has an album coming out Tuesday.
Okay.
Because he did it. People always make fun of that. Wake Me Up When September Ends thing, and they always send him. It's like, oh, wake Billy Joe Armstrong up when September ends, because the song. And he used that this year. And he's like, he woke up and he looked at the calendar and it showed October 24th or whatever it is, and he's like, he went back to sleep and hit a snooze. As for the album coming out, anyways, they're doing the super tour thing, like you said, though. Them, Smashing Pumpkins, and Rancid. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
I guess it's a super. I mean,
But I mean, like Motley Crue comes back out of retirement, which they totally lied. So they did when they signed that contract. They said that no way can they break the contract
and come out again.
Yeah, but anyway, when they saw Guns N' Roses made $1 billion, who the fuck wouldn't?
Yeah.
So I mean, but they're doing it with Def Leppard, and several other bands.
Yeah.
And that's fucking going. They're making insane money off it.
Well,
that's the way to do it.
You said the Stones because they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They have a new album out.
Yeah,
they're gonna be doing the
But
tour.
the Stones don't need a bunch of people to go with them.
They usually do have somebody in opening.
Yeah, but they don't need to do like
the only one who doesn't need a super tour right now is fucking Taylor Swift.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying. Look at the Stones, 80 years old.
Yeah,
most of their fans,
dirt,
70 and 80 years old,
old as dirt,
and they're still touring and they're doing mega tours, and they don't have to have like 3 or 4 bands with them. They can.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny because their album's coming out and stuff, and they're like, oh, we did a song with Paul McCartney.
I'm not shutting the show down. I just remembered something.
Yeah,
because you guys brought up the Stones.
Yeah,
Eric, who we were talking about earlier, he said, "I want to hear this as a drop on your show." All right, so here you go. That's Mick and Lady Gaga. And Eric's like, you got to put this on the show.
That's so bad.
So anytime I hear something excites me, I'm gonna hit. That's so bad.
It's really bad.
They were excited, like, yeah, we got Paul McCartney. We're doing a song with Paul McCartney, and he just fucking plays bass.
Yeah,
he doesn't sing on it.
No, he just plays. I know.
He's just playing the bass.
I saw that. I was
like,
that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Paul's a good bass player, but
he's a real good bass player. But
yeah.
I mean, can't you just have your bass player play bass?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably save a lot of money by.
But you can't advertise as like, well, this one has Paul McCartney on it.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're not doing the super.
Yeah,
tour
like,
thing,
hey, we
but
got a guest musician. He's playing bass on this song.
The reality is, if you're a session ace, like a session player,
yeah,
that's actually the best gig in music. You don't have to tour. You don't have to leave your family. You can just if you're like a session guy in Nashville, they make millions of dollars, and all they got to do is go in, fucking, they have a cookie cutter like A, B, and C, the way they write their songs.
Yep.
Fucking put the music down, have the hot chick sing over it, boom, millions of dollars.
If you want to check it out, you can take it home. Listen to it on your Infinity sound system.
Yeah, there's like guys down there that make
Thanks, guys.
They're
I'm gonna
like,
take this home and listen to it. On my Infinity
there's
sound
whole
system.
groups of songwriters down there that but they get paid like a salary.
Yeah,
but when they make a song that hits, they make good money on it.
Once they look at that accounts balance, it's
a mating call. It is a mating call.
That sounds like an obnoxious mating call.
Gaga and Jagger are gonna.
I thought
Jagga.
like
and they're doing it in each other's face, like an inch from each other's face.
Oh, you mean
horrible.
like they did like Dancing in the Streets, Bowie and fucking Mick?
Mick is a gifted musician, but
he's a good front man. He's a fantastic front man.
But if you don't want to be memed, don't do anything with him.
Yeah.
Don't join him.
Please don't.
Don't get on stage with him. Just don't do it. You're gonna be memed for the rest of your life. Yeah.
I don't know if Gaga's going to recover from this career-wise.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. That's great. Is that recent?
We didn't dethrone.
Oh, we didn't
yeah.
dethrone
Yeah,
anybody.
we got a lot of death here.
There was somebody from earlier today that I don't know who the fuck it is. You said it.
Oh,
now.
Sir. Hey, Joseph. I'm sorry to hear about Sir Bobby Charlton. Yeah, he was a good old chap.
Who is
the most
he?
important one
Apparently,
is,
he's a soccer player.
Okay.
oh, I do know him. The most important
He was
one
like
of the week
97 years old or some
is
shit.
the beautiful lady that shares her birthday with me, Suzanne Summers.
Yes. She passed away the day before.
Besides being hot, Al should have particular liking to her. She was one of the first mainstream people to push holistic
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
treatments.
She was
One of the first.
she was a one of the first
23
ones-
years she battled cancer.
She didn't battle like any. I don't care if you have a little melanoma on your arm. Any cancer's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could turn bad. But she had an aggressive, dangerous, kill you quick kind of cancer and lived 23 years.
Yes.
a lot of people at work, people are like, I only remember from like Three's Company and the Thigh Master. I'm like, she's the sheriff.
Yeah.
And Step by Step.
Dude, she's
And she wrote 7 self-help books. She was the typical ditzy blonde, except she was super smart.
the fucking
She made over $100 million.
on her fitness shit. The fucking,
Looked great her whole life.
dude,
Whole life.
fuck, great.
Who was the other one that died? Burt Young.
Burt Young
Holly from Rocky.
and Lou from Back to School.
Funny thing is, he was only like 5 years older than Stallone.
Yeah,
Honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised if you told me they were the same age.
Yeah, he's 83.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But when he when he filmed that movie, he was like 36.
yeah.
He looked like he was.
And
I
no-
would say he looked like he was, our age now, maybe
He was 36
mid 40s or
already
50s
a
even.
widower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was a widow at 34.
I didn't know that until one of you guys mentioned that.
Yeah,
He was.
he never remarried.
No.
He never. Yeah, there was nothing like in his personal life. There was nothing about like him even being with anybody. He just raised. I think he raised a kid or two, and then that was.
That's old school, dude. I picked one wife. That's it.
Yeah, I think
They
he.
pick
I think
one
he
and
had a
they're
couple
done.
kids, and he finished raising them.
I would do the same thing. If anything happened, I'm not getting remarried. Fuck that shit.
Premise line. It's crazy that Mick Jagger and Keith Richards hate each other.
Do they hate each other?
I think though, to be in a band that long, you have no option but to hate each other.
Yeah, I don't know that. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I know billions of dollars per tour probably keeps that at bay.
I don't know that like there's like a hatred though, is there?
They're usually there's like a competitiveness.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know either way.
yeah.
But I'm not surprised. It's very common.
I feel bad.
Uh,
Craig said the same thing. Cuz said, I feel bad that I thought Burt Young was already dead. Craig was convinced that he had died at least 6 times already.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
I thought he died back like when Sopranos was being filmed.
he was in he was in that
20
wasn't he?
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but like Back to School, Lou, one of my favorite clips. Like,
he was
hey,
actually a boxer when he was a kid. You ever see him like military when he was in shape and
He
shit?
was a tough guy.
That does not shock me one bit.
He was like ripped.
So when he was doing that scene where he tries to fight Rocky and he threw that bad hook,
Yeah.
he was actually faking like he didn't know how to fight.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's also probably drunk at that point in the
Yeah.
movie, obviously. Not really drunk. But yeah, good movies. He did some good stuff. I forgot he's in Back to School until you guys mentioned it too.
Yeah, he's like your dad. He's a good guy. He's like, look, he goes like me. He goes, I'm a good guy and I'm a mean guy. He goes, like I had 2 boys I raised. One I put through school. The other I put through a window. See, I'm good and I'm mean. I'm nice and I'm mean.
Yeah, you can be mean and be a nice guy.
And he crushes the fucking.
There's duality.
He crushes the fucking napkin holder.
Yeah. Gosh, I haven't seen that movie in
He's
a
like,
long
you got a
time.
problem? No. Oh, you do now.
I've not seen that in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky, I've seen more recently.
Robert Downey Jr.'s in it.
Yes, he is. That's right.
Mhm.
Totally clean at that point.
So I got a question to ask you guys.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
The Three's Company is the dark hair girl still alive? Everybody
Yeah.
else is
John,
gone.
yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't send you that picture.
No.
Oh my God! Hold on a second. I got a picture. Of
Everybody else is dead.
Is Larry dead? Larry's dead, isn't
Oh,
he?
Larry died. He had like AIDS or something, didn't he?
Larry died.
Really?
And I know
Yeah.
Don Knotts, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, in
the
Northern
Ropers
Fell.
have been dead.
What's her name? The replacement lady.
Well, dude, there was Jenny Lee Harrison. There was
no. Priscilla Barnes.
Priscilla Barnes.
Priscilla Barnes is still around.
But Jenny Lee Harrison's still around.
Prove it. No, I don't. I
Gotta go down to the Regal Beagle for a few
Dude,
drinks.
why did they never show the Regal Beagle? They always showed like part of the inside, but they never showed it from the outside to see what it looked like.
I just shared it in our little text chat, the picture I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys got it yet.
John Ritter's best film ever was the character he played in
Dude,
Sling
what are you
Blade.
talking about? Larry's still alive. Richard Klein, 79 years
I guess I
old.
was thinking of somebody else. Oh, I was thinking the other guy, the black guy from Silver Spoons. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh. Yeah, Priscilla Barnes, Jenny Lee Harrison. There was another chick for a minute.
Did it show up? My phone's been acting weird.
And then, yeah, dude, most of the people are dead, but, you know.
Yeah, pretty sure Norman Fell's dead.
Oh, yeah, he's been dead.
It's one.
But
it's
Ann
one.
Sheedan's not dead. She was in it.
Oh, here, I'll just show you, Alan. That's right. You're right here. It's Joyce DeWitt sitting between
Oh, my
two
God, dude.
skeletons.
That's fucking horrible.
Oh boy.
Yeah. that was actually from
There's a lot of hot-ass bad
coworker sent it to me, and I think he got it from the Drew and Mike
Oh,
podcast page.
There's like a lot.
It's
of
one's
hot-ass.
company now. Yeah, it's true.
Gonna knock on my door. Death is coming for you.
Stop it. You guys are making.
It's been 20 years since John Ritter
I
died.
know. 20 years, like recently. It was-
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Oh,
he
here's the
didn't live
image I
long
got you.
after Sling Blade, man.
no, just a few years.
We did Bad Santa. That was it.
No, that's
He
right. He wasn't
died.
Bad Santa.
He died right after Bad Santa.
He was great in Sling Blade. He
He was filming something when he died.
he was in a TV show.
Yeah, was he on the was it on the set that he?
Yeah, he had a heart issue, and they took him for the surgery and everything.
Yeah. Okay, so it was the show he was
8
doing.
Simple
Okay.
Rules for Dating My Teenage
Yeah,
Daughter.
he was. Yeah, yeah,
Kaylee Kuoka was his daughter.
yeah, and the other redhead,
Redhead, and then
who's actually pretty hot.
Katie Seagal was his wife in it.
Yeah, the redhead's actually pretty hot.
Yeah,
Like I've
they're
ever on Instagram.
like, oh, she's the ugly one, and she's
Not really.
not.
She's not. No.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, she's pretty hot.
got
I have her on.
glasses.
I have her on
In a
Instagram.
ponytail.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
it? Is that paint on her overalls?
Oh my god!
I saw that clip.
Not
on,
another teen movie.
Someone
so
shared that clip
awesome.
on Facebook today, and I was like, I love that clip so much.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's such a cool movie.
It's like, no way.
Dude, that
They may
and
be
then,
conjoined at the head, but at
what-
least there's a chance of making one good-looking chick out of those two.
Yeah.
what's the kid's name? The dude's name? Chris.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans.
Captain
Dude, his sister keeps trying to fuck him through the whole movie. It's so fucking nasty.
Yeah. You're
Stay
my
tuned.
so
sister.
hot though.
Only by blood.
Ted, that was the next
We're
thing I was
related
going to say.
only by blood.
That's the best line in that movie.
Only by blood. Yeah, cousin Ted is like, I forgot the name of the movie with John Ritter. That's Stay Tuned. It's where he goes into
Oh
the
yeah,
TV.
yeah, that was cool.
That was another one that was really good. Him and Pam Dauber.
I forgot about that.
This is the sickest song ever written. The way they all fucking just sitting on that porch.
What is it?
That's Doyle Hargrave's band from Sling Blade.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Um,
One of the greatest bands
I'm
ever.
gonna send you a link, Mike. I want you to play the song if you can.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I'm doing it. Here it comes. It's happening. Just wait 1 second. Here it goes. Any second now, I'm gonna send it.
Any second, he'll be sending it.
I'll be sending it. There. Go ahead and play that link that's gonna pop into your thing any second now. Just wait for it. It's happening. My phone's been acting weird. Sorry. I restarted and everything. But you ever heard any songs by John Ritter's dad?
No.
No?
Tex Ritter?
Tex Ritter.
Never.
Is that really his dad?
Yeah,
Yeah, no joke.
yeah, Tex Ritter. He's an old cowboy actor.
As I go riding merrily along, and they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
That is John
And
Ritter's
that
dad.
song ain't
Yeah,
so
he's a good
very
old
far
cowboy.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
Oh,
Roy
Lily
Rogers type.
Bell, oh, Lily Bell, Lily
You don't have to
Bell,
listen anymore.
though I may have
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
His daughter,
Tex Ritter
John's daughter's hot.
from Minnesota.
Whose daughter? John Ritter's?
Yeah, yeah.
Really? I don't know.
Well, his wife's good looking. So.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised they had a good looking kid.
I don't know that I've ever saw her. I'm gonna have to look her.
I think
up.
I'm talking about the TV show daughter, whatever.
Oh.
Oh, you mean
That-
Kaylee Cuoco?
Yeah.
From Big Bang Theory.
Both of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. But yeah, that
I
was.
know I'm weird.
I'm the
I'm the
he
only guy
died
that
on
thinks
September 11th. You know that?
It's a conspiracy.
That was 2
Yeah.
years after.
What did he know?
His dad did indeed do music. He did.
Did he talk
There's a
about
lot of people.
jet fuel?
There's this thing. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but there's like with John Ritter and some other people. There's this thing in the entertainment industry called nepotism. You ever heard of that?
No,
No, nepotism babies.
doesn't make sense.
Who's the other one I read about the other day? Candace Bergen. You know Candace Bergen.
Oh yeah.
I do.
From Murphy Brown and stuff. Who, if
That's
she was,
John Ritter's daughter.
oh yeah,
She's like 41 years old.
yeah,
She's
but
hot.
I can see his face and his wife's face.
But
in
it's
there.
not. That's his second wife. It's his first wife.
Oh, that's not Amy Yasmix.
No, it's his first wife.
She kind of actually I thought she kind of looked like Pam Dauber a little bit.
Ooh.
Maybe him and Pam Dauber. She was like
Did
she
you
was like,
know that John Ritter was born and died in Burbank?
well, yeah, I mean his dad was doing all kinds of television and other stuff then.
Kind of crazy.
Anyways, what was I saying about? I forgot what I was even talking about. Fuck.
Oh, you were talking
Oh,
about
nepotism.
nepotism.
Because Candace Bergen was a nepotism kid. Her dad was the famous ventriloquist Edgar Bergen,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't sound like much, but he was super famous as a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
Was on all the shows, traveled all over the place, and she was one of the first ones I don't remember, but she was like, she was a nepotism baby, and she hung out with all the other nepotism babies.
As they should.
That's so weird. I didn't realize Hollywood had any of that.
Yeah.
Or entertainment at all. That they made their way through stuff because of people they knew.
Well, there's a certain tribe that no,
Just don't. Cousin Premise Land said nepotism babies. They make
Actually-
our dreams come true.
Actually, joking about the trip, Candace Bergen. That's like a Norwegian name, by the way. That's
Yeah,
not-
she looks Norwegian.
She looks Norwegian.
That's
She was
actually a
in-
city in Norwegia.
She was-
Bergen?
She
Yeah.
was in a movie called Carnal Knowledge.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
know where Sharon Tate died? She moved out of there 6 months before that. When they went there looking for Terry, they kept on asking for Terry when they went to the house and stuff.
Mhm.
Terry was her boyfriend.
Was
At the time.
Candace Bergen's boyfriend? Yeah.
Yeah. And they moved out because they kept on getting weird people showing up. And then these people were looking for Terry and they didn't find Terry. They found Sharon Tate and what's his name? The dead dude that was with her. I can't think of his name. Jay. The hairstylist guy.
Yeah.
So that could have been her, is what she said.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was
Yeah.
it.
That is-
Yeah, I
Nepotism.
I don't understand. Like, there was a big rash of cults in the 70s. Also, the 90s. There's a few, but they're like kind of gone.
I think that they're just kind of.
I mean, I know,
secretive. They don't want to get shot.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they
For the
get
feds.
rated and stuff, but you know, you think there would be like a couple of them just out there.
Yeah.
He did ventriloquism on the radio, which feels like cheating. That is absolutely cheating.
He got a point. He did. But he also did he was like a vaudeville type thing.
How does
too,
that
so
even work?
I don't.
it doesn't work.
He
It's just that's
does-
voice acting.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's just voice acting.
But he did it on stage, ventriloquist, vaudeville type stuff, and then did it when TV became a viable medium also. But he wasn't. I know. You have a really
Yeah, I'm
good
doing
point
a
there,
really
cousin.
good job. Trust me.
The mouth work I'm doing on this puppet right here is fucking phenomenal, guys. Trust.
If there was no video, I'd be the hottest radio model. You just can't tell.
You can't tell me. I'm so handsome.
I'm very good looking.
I'm a handsome man.
You know, I'm gorgeous.
You finally saw some clips from that Skull Island game, right?
Yeah. I saw a few people playing it,
Oh,
making
God.
fun of it the whole time.
It's
It looks like something. It has the graphical quality of a DS game,
yeah.
like a Nintendo DS game, not a Switch. Switch would be an upgrade.
Well, a lot of people were like, they spent $40 million on this game. I'm like, that's not compared to some of the other games. That's not a lot of money.
Well, some guy that was playing it on YouTube was saying, he goes, if they were going like the whole like indie route, we're making this cheap indie game.
Yeah.
He goes, it would be fine if it was actually fun to play. He goes, but it looks bad and plays bad. There's no
It's-
redeeming
There's
quality.
nothing. Yeah, it's horrible. I just saw that one. Like it's some of the worst computer animation I've ever seen.
It looks
in a game.
terrible.
It doesn't even look like people are like, oh, it looks like PS2 graphics. I'm like, it doesn't even look like PS2.
No, PS2 and Nintendo 64 would be an upgrade. It looks like pure shit.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It
And
has
then
no fidelity, no depth, no color, like no bright colors.
that one cutscene that they show where it shows like that dinosaur and all of a sudden it stops and it's just a still picture of it.
Yeah. It's fucking
so
dumb.
bad. Alan, there's a video game called
Yes.
Skull Island Rise of Kong. And again, they only made it in a year, so it was a really quick turnaround for some reason. I don't know why they hurried it out. And they did spend $40 million making it. But if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, that's what?
That's cheap.
That's not even 10% of a Call of Duty game or
Dude,
whatever.
No.
40 million now is only like
And
really like
well,
nothing.
No, because if they're selling it for 60 or 70 bucks a pop, they only got to sell, how many units.
Well, indie studios. Here's the thing about that. It was only a 3-hour game as well, so they could have
I
made it.
didn't know that.
So for $40 million, they could have made it like funner and more to do. It also doesn't have a lot to do within a 3-hour game. You're kind of just fucking climbing around an island.
I
doing
did not
nothing.
even know it was 3 hours long. That's insanely short. That's
that-
crazy.
Wait, so you could finish the whole game in
You
3
could beat
hours?
the whole
3
thing in
hours.
3
Oh
hours.
my god!
There's no side quest. There's no nothing.
So that's kind of game that I could probably learn how to play a video game on.
So it sounds like it's worse than Cyberpunk was when it came out.
Yeah. Well, Cyberpunk, the thing with that game is, it just was broke when it came up, but it had an awesome. Everyone agrees it had a good story and everything.
Yeah.
It was just broke. But now that they fixed it, I'm glad and that's why I named this Cyberspunk.
Yeah.
This episode. I'm glad I went back to play that game because it is fucking fun.
Well, we said, was it the last show or the show before that? We said that they were adding a bunch of stuff to it, and it sounds like they finally are making a
Yes, I
complete game
remember
out of
that.
it.
I remember you guys
And-
talking about that.
And you
They
said
ju-
your nephew was playing it a lot.
Yeah,
He was playing a lot, so now I'm playing it, and I put in like 30 hours just this week.
Wow.
'Cause I've been home from work, so I put a ton of time into it. Everything. It's really good at making a lot of games you can do a main quest and then the side quest.
Yeah.
The side quests get you so ramped up and like anxious. You're like, I gotta go do it. Takamura's gonna die, and then but I don't have to go do it. But in my mind, I think I have to go do the job. Help people.
right.
You have romance options.
Ooh, she sounds hot.
Well, the one I'm trying to romance, I'm simping for. Her name's Pan Am Palmer.
Ooh.
Sounds hot.
She is hot. Pan Am Palmer.
Right.
Then they have a bunch of
Get
different.
some ladies up in here.
Yeah, there's also gay options if that's
All
your thing.
right.
You can do anything
Get
you
us some
want.
little dudes up
But,
in here.
But
I got breaking news.
Do they
what's
got
that?
lady boys?
Michigan State got in trouble.
unfortunately, no lady boys.
Michigan State got in trouble because before the game they put an image of Hitler up on the big screen.
That's not hyperbole.
No, they ain't fucking. Really?
The U of M is clearly Hitler.
They literally put a image, and because it was a trivia thing, and they're like, "Let's put Hitler in a trivia." Like, where was he born?
I don't understand why that is like.
What? Oh, they didn't do it
What?
to mock Michigan. They just put
no,
it,
it was part of a trivia thing.
you can't even have Hitler on a fucking thing.
That's what I don't get is why can't you have
He existed. You can't just
why-
pretend he didn't exist.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
ridiculous.
I
It's-
mean,
no, I mean,
we have,
You don't
people
have to
put
admire
images
him
of
like I do.
people put images of Jesus up.
They use a third-party company for the content, and will no longer be using that company. It's
It's
just
so
a trivia
stupid.
question.
That is
It's
fucking so dumb.
It's like, oh my god, you can't put Hitler up anywhere. Dude, what?
Well, then
what-
you better.
I'm sorry.
You need to burn every copy of Trivial Pursuit ever made.
I'm
too, then.
sorry. Did
The History Channel made their bones off Hitler.
They
Hey,
call it the
man.
Hitler Channel. We always it was one of the nicknames for History Channel
what
back
about
in the day.
what about that awesome TV show I sent you guys the clip for?
Yeah, that's right.
We're gonna
You
take
know?
Hogan's Heroes
What?
off and everything.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I mean, Hitler wasn't in it, but Nazis were.
Oh, they would always show him drive by in the car. Oh, that was him.
Oh, you know what? I watched Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade a few months ago. You know who's in that?
Hitler.
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 I gotta stop watching it.
Can't. But the thing is, pretty much every great conqueror there's ever been kills people.
Dude,
What's the name of that
all
show,
why
Alan?
can't anything about Hitler be said or shown? But yet, I mean, you could talk about
Why are you going to make
naked breastfeeding.
Genghis Khan savagely murdered and raped like millions, thousands
it's a
of people.
different time.
If you do blow by blow, person by person, pound for pound percentage of the population, Genghis Khan was the worst ever by far.
Like,
There's not even a close second.
Yeah, there's like
I think what percentage of people in Asia are like related to him?
Yeah,
like
It's not even
10% or
Asia.
something?
It's worldwide.
they're
now.
like worldwide. Like there's like somebody. What is it? Like 60% of the world population has
No, I
some.
don't think it was
He
that
raped
high.
everybody.
I thought it was 10% of the world.
He didn't find a
Has
person
some
he didn't
kind
want
of
to rape.
lineage that traces
Oh,
back
okay,
to him.
well,
Either
yeah.
way, it's the most in history.
If
the
he were
most in
alive in
history.
this room, he'd be raping us right now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, it was called Heil Honey.
Yeah, Heil Honey.
It was a British TV show.
Yeah.
Hitler retires to England with his wife Ava.
Yeah.
7 episodes, only
I have
one
a
aired.
friend who made a video game where he punched Hitler. Sadly, the Kickstarter didn't go anywhere. Tell him to try again.
What was the name of it? You need to have
Yeah.
a catchy name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you can think of something that just pops.
Like Heil 5.
Heil 5. That's good. It's good stuff.
5-finger Fuhrer.
5-finger Fuhrer.
You can't just say this game's called. Punch Hitler in
It's
the
like
face.
why can't well, here's the thing that kills me is like they immediately people like a lot of these young people like they immediately think Hitler and like racism. Well, I mean,
was not racist. He was a good man.
But like think about like he was. I mean, did he put anybody but Jews in concentration camps? No. I mean,
gypsies.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Gypsies.
was there black people? Was there Asian people? Was there
No.
Mexican people?
Just undesirables.
Right. So like tons of minority people like they think racism. I'm like, well, dude, he was a dictator. He was trying to take over his country and make his country great. But I mean, like, I'm not saying he's good. I'm not saying he's good at all. I don't understand why you can't show an image of him. It's like fucking Muhammad or something. Don't fucking show an image of him or you're murdered. I just don't get it.
It's part of history. They weren't saying,
Yeah,
hey,
why
here's
are-
Hitler.
yeah.
He did great stuff. They're saying, where was this person
Yeah,
born?
they should want to know about it. They should want to teach every kid
I'll
about
break
it.
character for a second. Brian, I dead seriously thought that when you said that they did, I thought they did when they use
like
Hitler.
Harbaugh?
It was going to be Harbaugh or Michigan's the great empire
Yeah.
mistreating everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
When I first read it, that's what I thought.
I didn't know it was a trivia thing.
I thought that's where it was going. Honestly, and then I read it, I'm like, oh, that's even stupider then. If they're making fun of Harbaugh, yeah, it's horrible, but it's also hilarious.
Yeah.
But then it's something as stupid as a fucking trivia game. So,
Well, yeah,
So
no,
it
they're
was-
gonna
it wasn't
if you
even
go
that
to the
bad.
bar, if
It
you
wasn't
go
they're
even
to
going
that
to get
bad.
in trouble for something nothing.
if you go
It's-
to the
it's
bar
nothing.
and
It's
you
stupid.
do bar trivia
Right.
and Hitler comes up,
Stalin was far more racist.
is somebody going to be offended by it? You can't even do it. Like it's you can't just ignore it because you don't like that it happened.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. I guess that's what I was trying to get at. Is
Oh,
that,
and
like
gays.
they want to just cut these things out, and it's like, but you can't because if you don't learn about it,
you repeat it.
exactly.
Now, Stalin was far more racist. I would say he was far more inclusive. He killed anyone he didn't like.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That is true.
But there,
Yeah, we
that's a thing though. Just the mere mention of his name.
I know.
It's not even a slur.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
like I wear a Dead Kennedy shirt. It says "Nazi punks fuck off." It's got a swastika with a red circle and a line through it.
no.
Which means
And it
no.
says "Nazi punks fuck off."
You're endorsing it,
and
Al.
you don't even understand the amount of fucking laser hatred from eyeballs like everywhere I go when I wear it.
Yeah.
And it's like, did you read it? You know,
No.
No, I just saw a swastika and freaked
yeah,
out.
exactly.
The thing
Oh, and they
is,
say
the thing
Nazi.
is, you could probably wear a screwdriver shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and no one would say a thing. 'Cause
No,
they have no
fuck
idea
no.
anything about.
No.
And screwdriver were actually that way.
Yeah.
They actually.
I could wear like berserker. Fucking,
Screwdriver.
you know,
People are so
wear like, I wonder if could we wear angry Aryans?
angry. Aaron.
That one might get something.
Just don't raise your hand in a certain way to answer the Hitler questions. I'd be like, yo.
Don't karate chop mosquitoes above your head.
I went and saw Get the Lead Out. It was a Led Zeppelin tribute band.
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah.
So like we're like second row and literally like the 2 seats directly in the center of the stage. It was really good. But
Where's that at?
Motor City Soundstage.
Oh, okay.
Motor-
Yeah. Oh,
So
I did
like,
see that.
I was putting, we were like, like jamming, and they're leaving. We're like, yeah, and I put my hand up like this, and I go, I should probably close my fucking palm.
Close that hand real quick.
I'm like, close the
Switch it
hand.
to a thumbs up.
Put 2 fingers down. Something.
Yeah.
I had it like straight out. I'm like, all right, drop the middle fingers. Yeah, there we go. Now I'll do the devil horns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change that real quick.
But I'm like, dude, people behind me are gonna think I'm Hitler, or think I'm fucking Nazi or some
Like a
shit.
sympathizer.
Yeah.
Oh, God, not again.
You're a denier. You're
Not
a
the whole
denier.
Hitler comparison again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. He's not coming back.
No.
Don't worry.
No.
That was a one-time, one-shot thing.
Yeah. Although the TV show does sound pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, dude.
They actually had one.
There's a
on-
clip. There's like clips that they
No,
played.
there was a show on. I think they showed on Netflix, but it was from another country. I can't remember what it was called, but basically he got frozen. He didn't die. He got frozen, and he woke up now,
Yeah.
and that was it. That was the show. It was Hitler living now. Can't remember what it was called though. I can't find it either. I'll find it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't
Well,
you
you
guys
know.
worry.
And
Just remember, Hitler was somebody's baby at one time.
Or you ever see that meme? I don't know if there's any truth to it, but there was this dude that rescued a drowning boy from a pond,
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
and it
before.
was Hitler. It was the guy.
Oh.
So the guy that saved him cost him, the world the whole.
Ah, dude.
A third of Europe got killed during that war.
dude.
Third of
It's
Europe.
only a third.
Yeah, it's like the plague.
Oh, you said it was called How Honey, right?
I think it was Heil Honey.
It's actually called How Honey, I'm Home.
Yeah, Heil Honey, I'm home. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not definitely not the show I saw. I'll find the show. But
It's supposedly it's like from the early 80s, and that's kind of what it looks like. Late 70s, early 80s looking film like technology.
I can't find the fucking show.
There are rumors of cloning experiments in Mexico.
Yeah.
Well, the Angel of Death did make it down to Argentina, I believe, and there's evidence that he was definitely doing experiments down there.
Them Germans love that Brazilian pussy.
Yeah. What's weird is they still got Bavarian villages down there,
Yeah.
middle of nowhere. Everybody's still,
Quite Aryanish.
yeah,
They just got tans.
they can't go out in the sun.
Oh, I found
Yeah.
it.
Way.
It's called Look Who's Back. That's the name of the show. The story is simple. Hitler wakes up in his Berlin bunker 70 years after the end of World War II and emerges into a world that's changed dramatically around him.
Oh, that sounds like a real knee slapper.
That
But
sounds good.
that eventually embraces him as what else? A reality TV star. So it was made by the Germans also. They made the show, and it was a surprise hit. And it made its way to our shores. I've never watched it, but
Oh, for real?
yeah, it was a pretty big
Pretty,
hit.
it's pretty.
I'm really
entertaining.
shocked that like Germany did that.
Yeah,
Well,
that's I know because there's so many things you can't show or do now in Germany.
Yeah.
But Germany, they're really strict on it.
Really
Yeah.
strict. And
Well,
Really?
like I mean, like even like look, they used like they were using nuclear power to power like a third of their country.
Yeah.
And they just said we're not using nuclear power anymore. I'm like, why not? There's
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
wrand with it. I mean, it's I mean, France
because
has been
Hitler.
France has been
Yes,
doing it. France has been doing it for years.
Because they've been
you know?
posting pictures of Hitler. That's
Brazilians
why.
are hot.
Yes, that's the thing about Brazilians. I think their women, on average, are hotter than pretty much every country on earth.
Oh, he said Brazilians. I thought you were talking about the Brazilian wax.
Uh,
The reptilians are also quality hot people.
Brazilian chicks are fucking hot,
They
man.
usually interbreed with
Brazilians?
Brazilians.
So Brazilian reptilians? Reptilians?
Reptilians.
Yeah. Interesting concept. I never thought
Rape-
about that.
the rape-
Brabzilians, Brabzilians, whatever. We can make up
Yeah,
whatever.
it's there's so many things you
Yeah.
can do with that.
They're gonna be hot
So, I don't know,
rapist
man.
chicks.
Earlier when we were talking about Will Smith,
yeah,
you made a good point about Will Smith, and I agree with you on this one. I don't usually condone violence unless it's funny, and I think this would be funny. That's why I'll allow it. But you said, Mike, you said this.
Hmm.
You grant him amnesty for any crimes he commits, OJ style, against Jada.
Yes.
I agree with you.
But it has to be her, no one else.
Yeah, don't kill Ron Goldman or
Yeah.
anybody like that.
Yeah.
Just
Don't-
take
just her.
Just her, because she's
I don't think he
she's
killed
just
Ron
she's just
Goldman, no.
when you're
There's
so,
a Ron Goldman
when
somewhere.
you're so emasculated and mistreated and publicly and made to look a fool.
Yeah.
The way she's done him.
Yeah.
Like he's just
Cuck-
nothing.
She's cucked him.
cucked him. There's every shred of masculinity she's taken from him. I think he can OJ her,
I agree with you.
and I would give him the lightest sentence I could give him.
It kind of makes me think of a series of movies I've been watching a lot lately, the Purge series, and he should get purge rights just for one night,
Yeah.
where he can commit any crime he wants against his wife.
He's so brainwashed, though, he'd probably go after Chris Rock or us or somebody. That's
Yeah,
sounds scary
that's
as
a
fuck.
bad thing. But no, we just said, well, you can only kill her.
yeah.
And is there anybody else you can think of that you would give those rights to based on past relationships or how they've been wronged?
Oh man.
Like seriously, I'm not. There's some.
I'm trying to
joke-
think.
Would Johnny Depp? No, maybe not because he.
No, she never really tried to.
No.
I mean, all the stuff, all the life ruining stuff that happened to him
Yeah,
wasn't a direct result of her campaigning to ruin it. It's just studios and stuff dropped him based on her
because
lies.
of her. Yeah.
But I don't know that she went to people and tried to ruin his life. Maybe she did.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this is something I completely forgot about till right this second. But you know how she's in that Aquaman 2 movie,
Yeah.
and that movie's coming out soon, and they greatly reduced her part a lot in it, but they couldn't get rid of her. But Momoa, you've heard of Jason Momoa,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's a man's man. You
Mhm.
know, he's tough. He is a good friend of Johnny Depp's.
Oh boy.
He actively tried to get her fired from the movie and also tried to get her to quit. He would show up to work drunk, berate her, and then dress up like Johnny Depp, like in his movies, and come on set
That's awesome.
and try to get a reaction out of her.
Berate her. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. He doesn't like her, and he didn't want her in that movie. And then when they reduced her part, the director's like, no, that was the plan all along. She wasn't going to be in the movie that much, anyways. And no, it kind of sounds like
lies.
kind of sounds like he was lying. So
I know it's kind of hard to come up with someone because by proxy I'm saying I want them dead.
yeah,
So that's not really.
she's the only one I wouldn't mind if she. Died.
Yeah, I just.
I don't necessarily. I never really hated her or liked her. I never really just cared.
I don't
about her.
want anything bad to happen to anyone. Just for this is a bit.
Yeah.
But if someone I just want to see humbled, let me break character. If someone I want to see humbled really bad, I want to see Jada Pinkett humbled, not harmed,
Yeah.
but humbled, like really fucking
But
bad.
if the harming leads to the humbling,
I don't know that she like.
Because what a piece of
'Cause,
shit.
I mean, like, think about it. Like, she's not like a big time Hollywood star.
no.
I mean, what has she done?
In the last 20 years, I can
But I mean, what did she? I mean, like, how many big movies has she really been in?
not a lot.
Not really.
No.
She was just a cute little side. You know, she was like,
yeah.
she was like the side piece. You know, or whatever. You know.
I don't know. The thing is, like I was telling you guys earlier, I went into a few jokes. There was some stuff I didn't want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because there's some bad stuff going on in the world.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
And I'm
what?
kind of like, I kind of don't have it in me to talk about killing people anymore. Especially I'm not drunk either. I just don't want anyone to die.
No.
I just don't. But
I don't
I
either.
want some people humbled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of had an epiphany about how violent thoughts I've had over the years. I'm like, I don't really want anyone harmed. I want people to just. I know this will sound gay, but I want people to be nice to each other.
You know,
Just
my
attempt it. Just try.
Okay, you fucking hippie.
my lack of technical skills in the computer world and and social media and I don't watch news at all. Never.
I
Yeah.
don't.
I never watch any news whatsoever. I do a quick scan about once a week. Usually Mondays, I do a quick scan of I may go through Yahoo or something and just see what the big news stories are and just kind of get an idea of it. But I think that it's really helped me because I don't know what's going on and I don't care and I'm happy.
It's probably better off that way.
Do you ever just stay out of it?
I'm happy.
Hmm?
I'm
Just
happy
stay out
most
of
of the time.
problems.
I don't I don't.
I've
really,
never once in my life posted a bunch of stuff online, argued with people, and I've done it over the years.
Mm.
And I've never like argued with people for 2 hours and blasted my opinion. And I never once have thought, man, I really feel good that I did that.
Yeah.
I feel
Like-
whole now.
Like, yeah.
You always feel like you mistreated someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, so like last week on Instagram, some dude made a comment on something that I commented on some other lady's page. And it was basically, she was showing these houses and she's a realtor,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like, oh, I go, well, I hope you sell them all. I go, personally, they're really bland and they're in homeowners association areas. I'd never buy that.
yeah, just.
But I like her, and I liked like a lot of her reels and stuff
And
are
that's
really
just-
cool.
and that's an
she
honest
just happens
opinion.
she just happens to be a realtor.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I hope you sell them all. In my opinion, they look very bland. And then she goes, yeah, you know, everybody has their own taste, and you know.
But that was it.
Then this guy,
Nothing else
like-
happened.
this
And
guy's
in
like,
comes a
you know, this guy's like, well, you know,
Here we
you know,
go.
some people would just be happy to get a house like that. And I just go, and he just went like, it's like 2 paragraphs. I don't even remember what he said. I just remember that part of it, like, oh, you know, some people would be lucky and happy to have that. And I just went, shut up. That's all I said. Just shut up.
Yeah,
This dude
Shut
fucking.
in your face.
So he sends me another thing. I don't even read it. I go, you know, it was wrong of me to tell you to shut up. I go, I should have just told you to fuck off, you know. And then I said, don't, you know. And I'm just like, then I felt bad though. I'm like, dude, this dude's like some poser who's just trying to fucking get, because she's hot.
Mm-hmm.
She is married with kids, but
But
like he's
he's
clearly trying to get on her side.
he's white knighting.
So
Yeah,
I
totally.
go back. I go, hey man, sorry, I shouldn't have told you to shut up or fuck off. You're just a simp. You're a pussy that clearly cannot get any ass.
Hey,
You would
sorry I
know.
said these
I'm
insulting
like, you
things.
couldn't fucking seal a deal if your fucking life depended on it.
Sorry about those insulting
I go-
things, but
I
also,
go, the difference.
Yeah, also you're a pussy.
I go, the difference between me and you is I'm not a pussy. I know how to fuck pussy.
ooh,
And
There you
so
go.
yeah, he never commented back on that one.
Premise Land says the drag out debates can be entertaining, but I never see them accomplish much. That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's what the crew says.
Oh my God, we're running late.
yeah. Well, we can get off in a few minutes,
I
but,
don't
but yeah, I do have to crap, so we'll get off in a few minutes here. But yeah, the thing about the every now and then, like I'll have a great idea, like, oh, dude, I'm gonna make something, and then I'll go to do it, and I'm like, this is wrong.
Yep.
I'm just not doing
Yeah,
this.
it's
And then the one thing I was gonna do, because I wanted to compare like our handful of listeners, which are just our friends.
Yeah.
But I want to act like we have a cult following,
yeah.
and I was gonna use Jonestown audio. But I listened to the. He's like, oh, why don't you all die with some dignity? I was going to use that, and he was like talking, but when I listened to it with my headphones on to cut the audio, you can hear fucking kids screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause they're drinking poison.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, I am not using this. Like even
Yeah.
me, and that was like back when I was like hardcore or like edgy jokes and stuff. I was like, I can't use it. Even then, I was like, nope, there's no way. It was too much. You could hear, because when you have your head, if you don't, by the way, don't ever do it unless you got like it's middle of the day and you don't have to work the next day.
Yeah.
But if you listen to that, the Jonestown audio, which is on YouTube, again, that's allowed on YouTube, but not my my meme.
Not 2 guys beating each other
Yeah,
up.
yeah, you can't have my
No-
stuff's too far. But
no
people,
grappling.
kids dying, you can do the kids dying all you want.
Yeah.
But you can hear the kids screaming and crying. It is horrible.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And I was because I've heard
Oh,
it
I've
before,
heard.
but when you
Yeah.
have your headphones on, you can hear. It's just like a horror film. Just hundreds of people, just oh my god,
Good.
it's so
I
bad.
think they're just getting out the evil
Yeah,
before they
well,
go.
it's
And then I was
expelling
going to
the
use the
evil
one
from their
line. The woman
bodies.
go, "It's just bitter. It's just bitter. It's
Yeah.
not that bad."
It's just bitter.
It's cyanide
I'm
poison.
gonna use that audio and put a rap beat over it.
It's just bitter.
I can't. I just couldn't do
I'm not
it.
gonna do that.
I totally wimped out.
bitter.
That's what she said.
Bitter.
I'm gonna sample it.
Bitter.
And people are like screaming in pain.
They just have the screaming. Bitter.
Cyanide will do that too.
Yeah. Yeah, and just come in like
painful stuff.
cyanide.
It was horrible.
Same
Dude,
song.
I'm going to make that song.
That's the name of the song. It's SIGH anide, cyanide.
I'm just going to make that song.
Just named it right there.
It's so bad.
So yeah,
It's
I wouldn't do that. That's I guess that's like when you're talking about the arguments and stuff and typing stuff and it's thinking it over. When I go to type something out, like especially on Facebook or not really Facebook, but if I'm arguing with somebody for some reason about something stupid on Facebook, which doesn't happen, but it almost
you're not.
happens.
You don't really engage too.
I
often.
try not to.
Yeah.
If you see me write a long paragraph on something, I'm usually it's because I'm trying to make something sound more dramatic. I'm doing a bit.
Yeah.
I don't do anything like that's all I'm doing. Like I did a movie. Somebody asked me how a movie was the other day. I'm like blah 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 blah. I started doing the cinematography and blah blah. I'm just I don't care. I was trying to get a reaction out of it. But it's usually the best time because I'll be typing. I'm like yeah. And then finally by the time I'm done typing, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even send it because I'm like, I've had so much time to think about it.
Oh yeah, I do that.
Yeah. It's the same thing like I told you.
I'm lucky I'm long-winded is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
In my word economy is real bad. I type more than I need to. It's same when I talk. When I do a YouTube video, like not during a podcast, you want to talk.
Word economy is a good.
Yeah,
phrase.
but you're just trying to fit. Just get to the point.
Yeah.
Basically, I can never just get to the point when I'm typing.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck it. I just half the time
no.
I sound like I'm trying to create a world where my view exists, and it like never mind. I sound like I'm lying.
The other
Basically,
day,
I,
Phil, I was watching a movie and Phil's like, "Oh, I want to see what your verdict is on this." So I'm like, "All right, I'll reply to it." But I didn't reply that night. I waited till the next morning till I had more time to really type something out, just to really get into it. And then I just did it. It was a joke, but usually that's how I do it. If I'm writing something that's really long and way over the top and talking about stuff, I'm just doing a bit.
yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, there's been a few times I've seen something. I'm like, God damn it, I gotta say something about this shit. And I start typing, and I'm like typing. I'm like, yeah, take that out. You know what? Just fucking take it all out. I'm like, I've had 10 minutes to think about this now, and it's fucking stupid.
Sometimes it's not even a debate or even a remotely divisive topic. It's just I had an idea. I've had many videos of like just YouTube videos, 3-5 minutes long. I'm like, dude, this is a great idea, and I'll watch it back. I'm like, I sound like a moron.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah,
like
that's what we talked about earlier.
and that's all this is. People putting out their fucking useless opinion. Like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
am I? Why would I? Who cares what I think? And
Well-
I have a moment of clarity.
Well, I always lived by the philosophy that everybody has an excuse. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody has when they all stink. I feel the same way with opinions now.
Opinions are the same exact.
Opinions are the same thing now
That's why
because they're really.
I respect your right to have the opinion.
Yeah.
But chances are,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Like I believe in freedom of speech,
say whatever you want.
but you're a retard.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
that's why I like I seem to enjoy it most when it's a long form, like a couple-hour podcast like this, or short little meme.
Mhm.
That in between thing where I'm trying to prove that I know
Yeah.
something really well
Yeah.
in a 5 to 12-minute video,
Yeah.
I always sound like a dumbass.
There's already
So I
too
just-
many people doing that
Yeah,
that
and
make
it's
it
like-
to the fucking
Oh,
screen.
the new Cyberpunk game, and they're like, oh, who cares? No one
there's-
cares.
There's so many people that make it. Like, yeah. I mean, I have a well-rounded, diverse group of people on my Instagram, and I purposely did that so I could see
All right, I'll
you
see
know,
you, man. Take
what,
care, Ted.
what idiocy.
We're about to shut it down too. So.
Yeah.
All right, cuz have a good one. Keep on trucking.
But
Keep
before,
on keeping
I know
on.
you got a crap, so we got to cut this short. But
Life's a garden. Dig it.
two quick things. Until you mentioned it, I forgot about the Bosque people. That's one of our.
Oh yeah,
I noticed people posting
it's like
posting their DNA, and what is a Bosque? I thought it was
Yeah.
like it's some place in Europe.
It,
Apparently,
as far as I know, it's southern France and northern Spain
yeah,
was the
yeah.
main.
It's like
they're just like a Mediterranean European, I guess.
They're French Spanish people, basically.
yeah.
I'd never heard of it in my fucking
They
life.
have like
Yeah.
really interesting food too.
Oh yeah, the food's insane. If you ever watch any of the
yeah.
food stuff,
That just shows you how cultured
But they
I am. I
actually
had
do
no
have their
idea what it
own-
was.
their
till,
own
like,
dialect too.
Yeah.
2 days ago, I heard of it.
Yeah.
There's a place in Idaho. It's a bar like restaurant, and it's Basque, and it's like there's no like everybody like all these fucking Food Network people have all been there now.
So
but,
are they
like
like
nobody
I've heard it
went
both
there.
ways.
good
Basque or
looking, like
Basque.
darker haired Europeans? Is that what this is?
It's if you just imagine, it's like when you, it's right there on the border, you know,
okay.
Yeah, it's
like Andorra's right there, which most people don't realize is a country, but there's a country right there.
And what are the people in? There's another thing in Spain. There's a like Iberian or some
That's
shit.
well, the peninsula is called the Iberian Peninsula,
And they're different.
they're
from the
slightly
rest of-
different too.
Yeah.
I think there's even another one, the Catalans or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Catalan.
yep.
That's all. Yeah, because there's different. It's all mostly Spanish, some Portuguese, some French, whatever might be there, but they're all just different subsets of the same
Yeah.
thing, kind of going on. Again, that might be wrong too. I don't know much about it myself.
I don't either.
I don't know much, but
I've heard a lot of
Their
the,
food looks fucking awesome.
I heard a lot of the Welsh are actually Romans that stayed after the receded.
yeah.
That's why they look like Tom Jones, a little darker hair. and
Well, I mean,
everything.
we're Welsh.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, they're not
How
regular
much,
old
how much
Saxon.
Welshish do we have in us?
that much.
We're Welshish.
We're Welsh. The only other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is that failure of a wrestler, Sting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As you said.
yes.
Yeah, that
Couldn't
complete-
even make it 40 years.
I know.
Yes.
He only made it 38 years or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, his last match will be next year, so I guess technically 39.
Well, he debuted in 85, so if he makes it, 39.
You'll be 39 next year. You failure. Hulk
Couldn't
Hogan
make it
did 40
40.
years.
And the funny thing is,
Ric Flair did 70 years.
He's considered an icon, and he's considered a top guy.
Yeah.
But he's not like considered the top guy. But in reality, he was better longer than any of them.
Oh, yeah.
Like where like Hogan and Flair the last few years they couldn't do. Sting can actually still work a fucking match.
Yes.
Still
Yes.
right now.
And,
They like Flair and Hogan the last 10, 15 years were just.
And
It was like someone.
how old Sting?
Someone just bring Flair out of his
63, 60?
sarcophagus and threw him out there.
Steve Borden, you mean?
Yeah, he's probably what 62, 63, somewhere.
Something
in there.
like that.
I'm going to look it up.
But yeah.
He was born in 59, so
Yeah.
he's 64 now.
So he outlasted even the Undertaker, and before him, I would say the Undertaker was the guy that was best long.
Yeah.
Well,
But
you
now
know,
he's outlasted him.
I
so.
think that's the advantage he had over Hogan, and I guess Flair too. Flair wasn't what you would know as an athlete beforehand. He may have played high school sports and stuff, but as far as I know, he was an athletic guy. Whereas Sting played volleyball, not quite professionally, but competitively, and was a really good basketball player.
Mhm.
Yep.
And he was always athletic. And he, even when he started doing the wrestling, he was like a bodybuilder type, and then he leaned out like within the first few
Yeah.
years. But he always kept himself in good
What-
shape.
When he learned,
But he wasn't overly big, so
But-
when he lost the weight and stuff, he basically it
By
wasn't
the-
like Hogan, where Hogan just kind of like,
when Sting
deflated.
when the late '80s, early '90s came, and he was fully trained and learned how to work a match.
Yeah.
he was good from then on.
and he never left the company. He always stayed with WCW until
Yeah.
they folded, obviously. But he was the reason, because he could have gone. I mean, they offered him the money. He could have gone to WWE and made a shit ton of money.
But he figured they were going to sacrifice him.
Yeah, and he didn't want to sacrifice that. He was always committed, and he just, to me, he was as big a star as Flair or Hogan was at that point, because him leaving would have ruined that organization.
Yeah, it would have.
Him leaving WCW at that point would have been it.
He was the top WCW born from their farm system, their guy.
Yes. Yep.
He wasn't a free agent.
He
picked
was
up.
the face of the company. Even after
Yeah.
Hogan, those guys came along, and NWO,
Yep.
there was still the whole Sting thing going on.
And he had enough respect when NWO was killing everybody. The first one to give them a wound was him.
Yeah.
Or they were scared of him a little bit.
Yep. So
That's cool. So
couldn't make it 40 years though.
loser.
Loser.
All right, guys.
Pathetic.
I think this is what my stomach's doing right now. But we're gonna end it with I gotta think of something. Do I have Alien
You can
Sex
play
by
Benny
Al?
Mardones Into the Night.
Into
Benny
the-
Mardones.
Yeah.
So,
All right, guys. Any last words?
Yeah, our mom's friend passed away Thursday night,
Yeah.
Friday morning. She was like my mom's friend for like 38 years.
The same
worked
amount of
with her?
time that Sting was wrestling.
Yeah, but they hadn't seen each other face to face in like 30 years. But they
Oh.
talked almost every day on the phone, or at least several times a week.
That's sad.
And she passed away in her sleep. And it just kind of, we all have like that one or two people for life, and just it sucks when you get to that point. But anyway, rest in peace. Sure.
Cheryl.
The ultimate tribute.
Yes.
It's the best thing you can do for somebody.
It's the best we can do.
All right, guys. Radiounderground.gay. Radiounderground.gay.
Never gonna not be funny.
We're not immature.
Sometimes I
anything.
forget about it,
Never gonna not
I did
be
forget
funny.
about it.
but when you remember it, it makes you laugh every time.
When we're doing our
Gay.
final episode in 40 years, it'll be like, and it's radiounderground.gay.
Still funny.
Mike, go shit.
I'm fucking that alien. That's
We're
right.
out.
I'm fucking that alien.
Bitch, you graduated in like 1970.
I'm fucking that alien.
Thanks for sending me to my grave with AIDS.
I'm fucking that alien.
I hope he gets dick tendonitis is what I hope.
I'm fucking that alien.
I got that blood pressure so high my toes are swollen.
I'm fucking that alien.
You get to jack off in the crowd.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
just get
fuck
hang
my
out
hand in the
over
crowd, that's for
that
sure.
would be.
I'm fucking that alien.
Hey, you white piece of shit.
I'm fucking that alien.
Yeah, I got some good drops on